Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Oh, happy Monday. Welcome. Let's see who we have. Hey Tony. Hey Cement Shoes, Amelia Sparkles, Allie 79. You like that, Amelia? Hey Molson Man. What's happening, you cool cats and kittens? Anita Butts, how you doing? Welcome. Sky Flash. Hey. Say, I don't want to miss anybody. Michelle N. Hey, good to see you. Thank you, Molson. Thank you so much. You know what's funny? Every single time I've hit one of the 1,000 mile markers, right? So when I hit 1,000, people unsubscribed. And they did it too when I hit 2,000. It was weird. I don't know. Whatever. But thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. Oh, did you, Sky Flash? Man, I don't know if I can top that one. That one was pretty good. But I'm going to try. So tonight we have David Taylor, the apostle, as you guys, and remember, he wants everybody to Aks Michelle. Well, they did Aks Michelle. Now, I can promise you that her deposition is incredibly, fan freaking tastic, because I've watched it, and it's all right. I can, but I can make jokes out of anything. But I do want to see. There's 3 parts to it, so I'm just going to start with part 1 because that's where you should start, at the beginning. Yeah, it's weird. I know Michelle's was boring. Maybe we can I don't know, we'll figure it out. I don't know. Okay, but the first thing we're going to hear is just a little refresher on David the Apostle and the kind of things that he gets up to. This comes from the YouTube channel. Oh crap, I already forgot what it's called. It's in the description. Hang on, let me look, because I don't want to get it wrong, because I appreciate them not striking me, hopefully. It's from Apostle David E. Taylor, Cult Watch, JMMI. And they have a ton of the apostle stuff. But let's just have a refresher on David Taylor, aka the apostle, aka tax evader. Yeah, here he is. He's going to give us all a lesson, and he's allegedly not sober. So here we go.
I'm talking about the one who Moses worked with. That's the one I was in his lap. That's why I tell all my enemies, you doomed.
Okay.
If you don't repent, you're doomed. You can't fight me and win. I have the greatest person working with me, whether you believe it or not. And that's going to be worse for you not to believe it. You're doomed. Just like Pharaoh and his army, you're going to be drowned. You don't have to believe me. I don't care if you believe me or not. I know what I saw.
Now look it. I just want to say this real quick. I'm not knocking anybody's religion. It's a personal choice. Okay. But even my heathen ass knows that, yes, according to the Bible, the Pharaoh did not win, but also the Pharaoh did not go up against the IRS. So there's that, Mr. Apostle.
But I know you can't claim what I claim. You can't claim what I claim.
No, I've never.
Enemies now. You can't claim it.
I've never claimed to sit in Moses'
but you can't claim
lap
with boldness on pain of death that you've had these experiences like I have. What I'm saying is, he put me on his lap. I saw it, and when he talked to me about the brain resurrection, That's what happens. That's why you got to have the God experience. And listen to me, indeed you will have. Now, the God experience is different from having visitations from Jehovah. And that's what Jesus taught me in heaven, the God realm. When God was inside of me, he showed me not just the Father, him, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And I'm going to tell you about the crusades. You want to know why the miracles happen in the crusades and these extraordinary things? Because when I was in heaven, Christ showed me in heaven. He says, he let a screen come down. He said, I'm going to show you what happens in the crusade.
Probably, Allie. I don't know
And
what
he
brain
says,
resurrection
you will no longer
is.
just walk in your gift and power.
Sounds like
You will walk in
zombies
the
to
God
me.
realm. You will walk in me inside of you. And then he showed me. And as I was up there preaching and pacing, I had the mic in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden,
what happened?
I walked off the stage.
Uh-huh.
And Christ was the one pacing back and forth talking. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jesus.
Okay.
In this dream in heaven. And
Wait.
he was showing me how it works in the crusade. He says, when you get up to preach and pace, you notice how you don't want to pace back and forth, but when you get up there, you want to. That ain't you. That's me walking in you. That's me putting a desire to walk in and in you.
Oh, okay.
And when I walked off the stage, he was on the stage still preaching. And I look back at him. He says, I want to show you how I'm in your body.
Okay.
I'm inside of you. I'm indwelling you.
Okay.
And when I saw that, I walked right back into him and just kept preaching. It was me again. Then all of a sudden, when he was ready for me to start preaching and the miracles that happened,
yes,
in the dream,
what happened?
Or in heaven, I saw this. And Jesus stood beside me. He says, watch this. This is a mystery. And he walked outside of my.
Okay, I'm confused. Were you having a dream? Experience? Was you in heaven? I am so very confused about the location all this is taking place, which is making it very difficult for me to follow and also believe.
Body again, and he started going down there, walking in the aisle himself, praying and touching people, and they were getting healed out of wheelchairs. He says, this is how the miracles happen in your meeting. The moment I come in that service, I will also indwell your body. I will walk in and out of you. If some of y'all who's saying, oh, this sounds weird, go to the Bible. Read your freaking Bible.
Okay.
The Bible says God made a promise, says I would dwell in them and I will walk in them, and they shall be my God, and I shall they shall be my people, and I shall be their God. I shall be their God, and they shall be my people.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
And it's the power of the ages to come, the powers of the world to come. These worlds have.
I got to dip. I can't do too much of this. It's too much for me. I don't know if he's felt the fire. I don't know if he's. I don't know, Allie. I don't know what this fool is doing. Now listen. I again have to stress I am not knocking anybody's religion at all. I believe, it's personal to each and every person. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I don't know that thieving ass, crazy, people who steal from the government, people who steal from their members, all of that stuff. I don't know that they have, I don't know. I don't know any of this. So let's find out what Michelle knows, because apparently all the answers to all of the questions that the attorney had asked in the deposition with the apostle, Michelle has all the answers. So let's hear from Michelle Brannon. Brannon is her name, better known as, you better Aks Michelle. All right, here we go. All right, Michelle, let's hear what you have to say, ma'am. Although you've already started out on a negative light, you don't have a very welcoming, I'm glad to be here. How may I help you and answer your questions? Look about you. I do appreciate that you're wearing white. I don't know what that's supposed to prove, like you're innocent. I don't know, but here we go.
Did you notify us of any objection to your videotape?
No.
Okay.
I make projections to proceed.
Okay. We had sent and served your client.
I'm
through
going to
you
speak her
with,
up because she
the
talks
subpoena duces taken as
at
follow-up
a
to
slower
things
rate
that
than I can
had,
enjoy.
not been presented pursuant to court order or prior subpoena. And you brought some things in today. I'm going to go through the list and ask you to hand me what you think satisfies the requirement to the addendum to the subpoena. The first is 2014 bank statements, including but not limited to the Bank of America account ending 2449.
I can't answer questions. You have to ask the witness.
Well, you just put these in front of me, so you're not.
And they're self-explanatory what those are.
What I'd like to point
I know
out
you said
here
you brought some and some you
is,
didn't, so I'd like someone to identify
again,
what
we
you
have
think
an issue
indicating this
of
for the witness.
subpoenas and
Okay. I'm asking for
documents.
December 2014 bank statements.
Some stuff
America,
got brought, some
ending
stuff didn't
2449.
get brought. It's
No, and we don't, it's not listed here, but we do
It's a
have
big
it
mess.
issued to Mr. Potts by mistake.
I didn't have them, so.
How did it happen that they went to Mr. Potts?
Well, JMMI has two attorneys. Well, one Pastor Taylor's attorney, Mr. Potts, and JMMI's attorney. And so our bookkeeper sent the bank statements to Mr. Potts instead of Mr. Pullen by mistake.
Do you have any idea of the time frame that happened?
It would have been the first time that they were requested prior to the court, I think maybe about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so
We are trying to get him from Mr. Potts right now. I've already talked to him. I called him at home early this morning when I found out.
okay, so it's David Potts.
just so you
The
know,
next one is
subpoenas
January
are not like
2015 bank statements, including but not limited Bank of America.
like when your mother-in-law pops over
account
and
ending
announced.
2449. Is that
They're not like
well, no,
that.
that-
When you get an
maybe
unexpected
it
knock
might be
at
the
your
same.
door, this is not what a subpoena for a
January
deposition
2015.
is.
2015.
You usually
It
get
would have
quite a
been
bit of time to
no, I mean, we did get
prepare.
those. I don't want to say that those were the ones that were sent to Potts. It depends on the time that you had sent that request, because there were two requests, and that seems to be updated since the previous one.
No, this we just even sent earlier in the week to make sure that we got what this said. This was
Mhm.
this goes back after the original time we set your deposition.
Okay, so if honestly, I don't have it on.
You don't have it,
no,
so
but we're trying to get.
you
that
can get it.
information. I
Yeah.
cannot get it. I don't have access to the accounts, but I could request that.
Who would?
Our bookkeeper,
Who's
You.
the bookkeeper?
Ashley Ware,
Yeah, Ashley.
ASH
LEW,
LEW.
LEW, I'm sorry, LEY.
I was going to say. Okay.
WARE.
Okay, she's your bookkeeper.
She is.
And where is she housed for bookkeeping purposes?
She works out of Missouri,
Where out of Missouri?
St. Louis.
No, I understand. I mean, what building?
The same building that you guys have on record, the 5209 Trail Oaks Drive.
52.
09 Trail Oaks Drive.
And what do they refer to that building as?
JMMI.
Yeah, but there's the residential.
No, it's not called residential.
The other one's the residential.
That's correct.
The large,
Let her finish the question before you answer. Okay.
the large house. But does this house on Trail Oaks have a name that you refer to it as?
JMMI.
Okay, it's in a residential center. Residential kind of subdivision, isn't it?
That's correct.
Does she live there?
She does not.
Okay, does anyone live there
There are people that live there, yes.
that spend the night and live there daily?
That's correct.
Who
And
lives
who is
there?
that?
Yes. Who? You have to answer.
Staff,
In their names, please.
is that necessary?
Yeah.
Yes, it's necessary.
Um,
what you mean is it
I'm
necessary?
not gonna contact them. That's not the issue.
Okay. Angel Jones.
Angel Jones. And who is
Michelle's
she?
going to tell
She's on staff.
everybody
She's
to
a
ask
volunteer.
Ashley.
What, a paid staff member?
No,
No,
But
she's
she
not
resides
paid.
there.
she does.
Okay,
Okay,
also
who
I
else?
want to point out that there's a
Uh,
lot
Mich-
of people that are on, these are Michelle's words, staff, but none of them are paid. They're volunteers. So I don't know how they're staff if they're not paid, but here we go.
Sarah
Can you spell that?
Hoke. It's BASHIRA. Hoke. HOQQUE.
HOQQE?
It is.
Might be the only word that has that. No U and two Q's. Okay, so she's on staff
She is.
and is she paid?
She's not.
No,
And who else?
None of these people
And,
get paid,
That's it, really. Marcia was living there. Marcia no
including
longer is.
Aks Michelle.
What's Marcia's last name?
Now,
Is she still on staff,
She's volunteer staff.
but she resides elsewhere?
She does.
Are Angel and Bashira related?
They are.
How are they related?
They're sisters.
And what generally are their duties?
Bashira handles opening mail.
I would go
She
go
does, like,
watch.
answers
I would like
phones,
to go
basic
visit
receptions.
Chad Daybell and the Clink.
Oh, did you say Angel did that?
No, Bashira does
And what
that.
does Angel do?
Angel does usually product orders, any type of product orders that come in.
Product. What
and
kind
any
of
type
product?
Ordering new product.
Like what
and
kind of
getting codes
product?
And things like that done.
Okay.
Oh,
So they
okay.
live there and operate that business. Your GMI business is out of there.
Correct.
as volunteers,
Um,
they don't get paid.
does Deborah Frazier
Uh,
ever go to that building?
She does.
And for what purpose?
She comes down there to answer phones, just be a part of the volunteer part. We get a lot of prayer requests that come in and people that ask for prayer, and Deb will answer the phone. And pray for them.
Yes, let's do a word field trip.
Okay, so
Yes,
go-
I'm
we'll go back
confused
to that, but
already
is it fair to say
too.
that when
Lawyer
Miss
lady.
Frazier goes there, that's where she goes to St. Louis, that's where she would go to work?
She does, yes.
Any other location that she would go to work?
She doesn't.
Yes,
She works
Tony,
in
you
St.
be our
Peter's and Taylor.
huckleberry.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right, we'll get back
I
to
was
that.
going to
Back to the
watch that the
documents.
other night.
The third thing on the addendum,
Instead, I watched
excuse me, is any and
Scrooged.
all documentation
I
evidencing
do love
JMMI
Tombstone.
deposit information that reflects all donations made by Deborah Frazier from April 1st, 2014 to the present, including but not limited to the following deposits made into JMMI Bank of America account ending 2449. The $5,000 deposit made on July 14th,
Yes.
2014. The second
Yes, after
$5,000
we hit
deposit made
races.
on same
We
date.
need to swing by where old Ezra's hanging out and see if we can't track down that yellow
The
cup.
$8,120 deposit
We
made
need to
on,
have that resolved
October 6,
by
2014.
close of business
The
2022. I
$7,548
can't go into the new year
deposit
not
made
knowing
on
about that
October 6th,
dadgum yellow cup. I just can't.
2014, and the
So many.
$6,943 deposit made on the same date, or any and all deposits where Deborah Frazier donated money to the Rosh Hashanah offerings. The deposit made on or around December 10th that reflects $1,000 to the Crusade donation, as indicated on the giving statements that were produced by JMMI. So it's basically documentation that you have of donations that Deborah made.
Hey, if you
So
guys
have
haven't done
those
so, give
documents?
your girl a thumbs up.
Whatever
I'd appreciate it.
documentation note that we supplied in the bank statements prior that showed the wire transfers that were done, any wire transfers that were done, any deposits that we had record of. So any additional like bank statements and things like that, I mean, or copies of the checks, no. I
Well,
do not
we
have
asked you to bring those specifically so that you could testify from them
And
today.
I understand I do not have access to that bank account myself. I'm not the one that has access
Isn't
to
that in the information we've already turned over?
it. It is, yes.
I
sir.
don't believe it is. Not
Yes, it
completely.
is.
There were,
Well, some of the items, there is no information to show that it was specifically donations made by Ms. Fraser, which is part of the problem. There's no way necessarily knowing.
well,
You
don't
can
you
ask
keep,
her how she,
don't you keep record of donations?
If somebody gave a donation and they put their information down on an offering envelope, we keep record of that. And
Okay,
that was
hold
supplied
on.
to you guys.
This is the problem. This is the problem. They're all dodging around these dadgum wire transfers. And you guys all know how a friggin' wire transfer works. When you transfer money from one account to another, there is a record of it on both ends. And they've been dodging these dadgum wire transfers since 1982. I've never seen anything like it. There's a lot of double talk. And I have to say, this is a very contentious case. And I do understand why the attorney for the petitioner loses her patience repeatedly and sometimes has a snarky tone, because I would too.
A list of donors that you guys had requested or asked for, we submitted that to you. If they did not complete an offering envelope, then I do not have that information.
You don't take what's on the check?
If they have a check, yeah, if they wrote a check.
If there's
Other than-
cash in there,
If there's cash and they put it on an offering envelope that was them, it's recorded and you would have been supplied that on that donor list.
all right, we'll get back to that. All paperwork regarding Deborah Frazier's financial pledge made during the JMMI June Crusades. Do you have that?
Her pledge made.
Yes, that's what it's noted on your documents.
I don't have a pledge made. What I have is whatever was supplied to you guys in terms of what she gave, the list of donor information that she submitted, and the copy of the bank statements.
Well, you have a notation that it's, I think, seed money from the
I have, or JMMI.
JMMI, someone through you.
Do you have a copy of that? Can I see that?
Yeah, if you want to go on the right. Can I see that? That's one of them.
I like the way you think, Cement Shoes and Allie. This is very important. It's good to think ahead because you just never know.
You can go off the record for a minute, just so I can.
We are going off the record. It is 9:33 a.m. We are back on the record. It is 9:35 a.m.
So you presented, I'm going to use this. You've already marked.
Well, those are marked by your court reporter when you
Yeah,
were
I know.
stuck out here. So I mean, they
Yeah.
have the original markers on them. So
I know, that's why I was seeing if these are, no.
Oh, also, I know we weren't going to
No,
cover anything
to have
serious
a-
today. That's why I didn't stream it. But George Washington Wagner's sentencing
Exhibit
was
marked,
this
and I'm not
morning, and I
sure what
watched
you
it.
did in terms of marking the exhibits from.
We're
the
going to
date,
cover it, but after the holidays.
February
I don't want to
12th when I
do
wasn't there.
anything
What system you used,
heavy
you know?
and sad this week before Christmas, you know?
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Yep. He got life, which I wasn't all that like shocked about. I did appreciate Judge Deering's remarks when he sentenced him, but I watched really for the victim impact statements. Those
So,
always make me.
In terms of number 3, when we're talking about the bank
remember,
statements,
you know?
regarding the deposit information from Deborah, you're saying your answer to that request is?
Well, we've supplied you with the list of donor
Yep,
information that you
they
provided
sure
all the
did.
givings, but I also supplied you when we met here or met at your office for the
Right.
last, and that you were already, you were just unavailable
I was
that day.
in
You were
court.
here in court. We had submitted a statement of Deborah's givings for the previous year.
I can't
That was
believe
issued
you
that she
went there
filed for
either,
taxes.
Allie, but I'm so
Okay,
glad that you
refer to
did.
things as promise seed or pledges in some of your ledgers.
Okay, I don't do the ledgers.
Who does the ledgers?
That would be Ashley. Ward,
Ashley.
and I didn't document that way, so I am not sure.
How is it that a pledge from June that's not received until the future month, July, how is that documented?
Well, it depends. I mean, if somebody calls in and says, I want to pledge this amount, but I don't have the money, we write it down, and typically it's documented that way.
Write it down in what?
Well, they write it down on a spreadsheet or some type of a ledger. But it depends on who they call into, who they speak to. And right now we're in a situation where we're trying to become more organized. So I'm not saying that we have everything organized.
You don't have
Anytime I asked
anything
David Taylor any
organized.
questions about finances, he deferred to you and said that you know all this.
Okay.
So in terms of promise seed donations, explain to me,
Yeah.
this is a crusade promise seed from Deborah Frazier. That's how it's notated on the ledger. Explain what that means.
I would have to talk to Deborah to find out exactly what she meant by that, or Ashley to find out exactly why she wrote it that way.
Who's Deborah?
Frazier.
Oh, you'd have to ask. Deborah would have noted that?
Well, if she put it down on a sheet that it was a promise seed, I would have to ask her, what do you mean by this promise seed? I don't know.
You don't know if Deborah did that?
I honestly do not know.
Where would this kind of
No, we want-
note keeping or bookkeeping be done?
It depends. If
On-
she attended services in Taylor, it would have been done in Taylor. If she attended services in St. Louis, or if she came to St. Louis and she made her pledge there, it would have been done there.
Where was the June Crusade?
I would have to look at the calendar. We have multiple crusades a year. Do you have the date?
No, I don't. It just says June Crusade promise.
Was it 2014?
Right.
Okay, it would have been in Taylor.
And you're saying that Deborah Frazier could have made her own notations on the donations?
It's possible.
What? Who's
So when I
running
ask you for
place?
all information regarding
is a mess.
financial pledges made from Deborah for June,
I'm sorry. I
um,
don't even understand
including
how they were
donation
able
checks,
to
tithing
make
envelopes,
money at this
deposit
point
tickets,
because everything
paperwork
was
showing how much cash
so
was received, deposited,
disorganized.
who donated, the deposit ledgers, general ledgers, notes, spreadsheets, whatever would document her donations from April 1st to 2014. What did you bring in satisfaction of that?
Well, I know that we had supplied the bank statements prior to this. We supplied our list of donors, and I also gave you what Debbie gave for the entire year on a what we supplied to her to file with her taxes. A lot of times we
What's
do.
the referenced, I forget what you call that, IRS documentation, what is referred to by number?
her statement. I'm not
No,
sure.
are you talking about the
Yes,
990?
Allie, that's exactly
It'll be
right.
on the 990.
Just the total amount.
The total amount would be on the 990 if it's over a certain amount.
And you didn't bring any of that?
No, we've already supplied all that. Now, in terms of the envelopes and things like that, if I had it within my possession, I would. If I don't have that,
Who has it?
if we had
Ashley,
it, we would have supplied it to you. Is what I'm saying. We do not have it.
You don't have deposit tickets?
We have deposit tickets that were supplied in the bank statements, or should have supplied. That was sent to
I didn't have, I don't,
David Potts. That box of
a box?
it was a box of bank statements that you guys required, like 5 stacks of all of our bank statements for like 3 years.
And so
And so
Mr.
we-
Potts has those?
We sent it to him. We sent him by accident, as I stated earlier.
Want to go off the record for a second?
by accident.
We're going off the record. It is 9:41 a.m.
That nobody here knows anything
We are back on the
that
record.
anybody is doing.
9:55 a.m.
They're just, they got boxes of shit some
Mr.
over
Bowen, you
here.
were
They're
finding
sending
out about
boxes
the
to
documents?
Mr.
The
Potts.
assistant's gonna pick up
They're
the
not
documents
sending
from
the
Jared Potts'
right
office
box.
and
Oh, this is a mess.
Any idea time frame?
Probably not. roughly.
But from what Mr. Potts said, they're not indexed or organized in a
Some of
meaningful.
them are.
Some
They're
of them
broken down
are.
According to, there's one document related to a letter of credit.
Can you
some
imagine
credit card
being their,
statements, and then some bank statements.
well, I guess they
Maybe
don't
we
have
have
one,
to
but
do
like
it.
their accountant, that an actual accountant, the person who is in charge of filing their
Okay.
taxes and handling their
Um,
books,
All right, back to
I would be
the question
livid.
on number
I'd
4.
quit, rage quit.
So in terms of pledges made during crusades or whenever that would have happened,
Yes, I'm going to
what is
tell little
your answer
Olivia
in
when
terms of
she
where
grows
those
up.
documents would
Let
be?
me tell you what your
What I'm
crazy
saying
grandma
is
and
it
her
may not
friends
be a
did one
document.
year.
If Debbie
We went on a
verbalized
whole
that she
field
wanted to do a
trip.
pledge to, when that was documented or written down, oh, she wants to do a pledge, let me take that down. If she called in a pledge, that would have been documented that way. I don't know how she made that pledge.
But did you look for that?
I did, yes, I looked for it to see if there was any physical documentation that showed a pledge. I do not find anything. I could not find anything that said a pledge.
What is seed referring to?
It's a same, the Bible refers to sowing a seed. So it refers to any type of contribution or something of that nature.
And what's a promise seed?
That she's something that she would guarantee, I promise to sow this seed.
Okay,
What?
and
Gift.
I'm very confused.
okay, we'll get back to that. But
Yeah,
you didn't
get
bring
back to
anything
that
relates
because
to those
she's,
promise seeds, pledges.
here we are at
I brought you
finally
what I
getting to
have.
Aks
And I do
Michelle.
not have
And
those
Michelle don't
things
know
Well, if somebody
shit.
said I'm going to make
Possession.
a promise seed or pledge at the June Crusade, there'd be some evidence of that, wouldn't there?
Surely there
Possibly you have
would.
the evidence.
There's
It's written down on
seeds,
that. It's possible.
There's
somebody called.
pledges, there's
She may have called and
crusades.
said,
They're
"Ashley, I
very
wanna make a
busy.
promise seed," and Ashley typed it in, and that's what you have there.
No, actually, this is from July when it arrived, but we don't have anything that shows in June when she made the promise or the pledge.
And I don't have any of that either. So
Who
that's what I'm
would?
saying. I don't know if anybody would, because I checked. I asked everybody. Nobody seemed to know what it was. I believe it was a conversation that Debbie actually had with
With-
Ashley and said, "This is for my promissory." But that is, I don't know.
And who is Ashley where?
She's our bookkeeper.
And where is she physically?
She's
House.
physically in St. Louis, but she's currently bedridden because she's pregnant.
Where does she work out of?
I
You
think
asked
they
that
call
earlier
that
at
bed
the
rest,
52
not
Orange Road.
bedridden, but okay.
She works at the same with Angel and Bashira,
She works there, yes.
but does not live there.
She does not live there.
That's what I thought, Allie. I don't know. I'm so very confused. They're crusading, they're
And then we
promising, they're
asked for all paperwork
seeding.
reflecting the
It's too
7,500
much.
deposit
It's very busy.
made into the bank account ending 2449 on August 27th, 2014. Not limited to copies of the checks, tithe envelopes, deposit tickets, paperwork, showing how much was deposited, deposit ledgers, general ledgers, notes, spreadsheets, anything and all information that will show the source of the $7,500 donated to JMMI on August 27th, 2014. And what did you bring?
I didn't bring shit.
Here we go.
I think you took it back.
Mhm.
I think
Mm.
what Was it one sheet?
It is.
Okay, can we have this marked, please, as, is it 2 sheets?
No, these are two separate things.
That's what I said, is it 2 sheets? Who does the banking?
Referencing what banking,
Depositing checks.
that would be La Marcia McDonald.
Is La Marcia?
It's La Marcia.
Who? This is a
Ashley Ware
this
will
is
make
another
deposits.
character bring. Oh my sweet lord.
And you supervise and oversee these people.
I do.
But you don't got no idea what they're doing. It's so confusing to me, Michelle.
I'm sorry, where'd you make it?
This is very upsetting.
Can I ask you to identify Deposition Exhibit 2-1 and then Deposition Exhibit 2-2?
Okay, the deposition 2-1 is a counter credit. Looks like it was a deposit made for $7,500 on 8/27/2014.
And at what bank
Bank of America.
and where?
Now that's unsure. They have Missouri circled, but it says out of state counter deposit, so I'm not sure.
Oh
It says
Jesus.
out of state counter deposit.
That's what it says here.
Here we go.
Okay, and can you identify the other one?
This is Exhibit 2-2. And this just shows a summary of the counter credit that was done.
Credit for what?
The 7,500.
$7,500.
Is that related to 2-1?
It is, yes. Sir.
Okay.
That's not dated the same.
What's your understanding of what a counter credit is?
That somebody would go in and make a deposit over the counter.
Is it unusual that there would be one check deposited at a time?
Meaning deposited by whom?
Oh sweet
JMMI.
Jesus. Does it
It's
matter?
possible. JMMI we get offerings all the time, various, and we get offering today. And if it's one check, we'll make that deposit. If we get 5 offerings or 5 checks, we'll make the deposit with all 5 checks. So it
Is-
varies.
Is it typical or very frequent that you have a one check deposit?
It's hard for me to ascertain. I mean, it's frequent. It happens often. I mean, we get maybe one person will wire money, or one person will call in a donation, one person will give a credit card information,
But those wouldn't be deposits.
one person will make a deposit. It does happen.
Poor Michelle. I feel bad for her, but then at the same time,
It-
she
and
is
is
so
Exhibit 2-1,
ridiculously
the
annoying
deposit slip, or what is that?
because she
I don't- it's
doesn't
not a
know
deposit
anything,
slip. It
but
looks
she
like it
runs
was a
everything. It's
statement
very confusing to me, and it's
that we
annoying.
pulled off of the online banking that showed that it had been deposited, what it was. It says a counter credit, the amount it was, and then this is the information that we received.
Okay.
Is this the one there? I don't know.
What's your understanding of that notation here, according to the bottom of the?
Whoever deposited this account or this money would have probably filled this out because this came from them. This is a copy of their deposit.
Do you recognize that handwriting?
I do not.
You don't know that to be Marcia's or Ashley's?
That's not Marcia's, nor is it Ashley's.
Who else would do deposits? Is it yours?
Anybody can no. Anybody can make deposits. If they have-
Anybody?
If they have your account information, I make deposits to, my daughter's account, my
Yeah.
mom and dad's account.
No, I'm asking who within your organization has authority to handle the money and make deposits.
Well, anybody can make
Everybody.
deposits. If anybody has your account information,
I'm not asking theoretically. In your organization, who do you authorize to carry the money to the bank or make the deposits?
Well, if somebody made a deposit on our behalf and it was our, account, we received the money in, then Marcia or Ashley would go to the bank and make that deposit. If we did not receive the money and somebody else made the deposit as a donation, anybody can make that donation.
How would
or
they get your
deposit.
bank account number?
They could call and ask for it if they want to make a deposit.
Someone could call your office and ask for your bank account number. And
Absolutely.
you would give that out?
Well, it depends. It depends on who it is. It would depend on who it is. If they have that information previously, if it's somebody who's wired money into our account, they would have that information. We have a number of people that have wired money into our account that have given large donations over the past.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Hey, Cherokee Raider, how's it going? I don't understand
All
how
documentation
any of
business number
these
6,
things
which
happen.
evidences
I
Deborah Frazier's
don't get
contribution
this
of
at
funds
all.
towards the
It's so
cost of
confusing
JMMI's
to
legal
me.
bills.
This is just the most
Okay, I don't have,
unorganized
that she supplied anything for our legal
mess
bills.
ever.
I mean, I have money that we issued checks directly into whichever, attorney that we hired.
What?
All right, so you don't have any documentation that she's
Michelle
provided
doesn't
you
know
with payment for
nothing.
the
You
legal
got to
bills?
We
ask
pay our own
Ashley.
legal bills.
We'll get back to that.
They pay their own legal bills. Y'all hear this? Poppycock
Right,
over
these were
here.
items that were previously
They're
subpoenaed
called in
or ordered
for
to
a
be produced
deposition
and have not
because
been received.
JMMI is doing too
Some of them may
much.
be duplicative of what we just talked about. Bank of America statements for account
And
ending
they're
9203.
volunteer staff,
It's these ones right here.
and then they got to pay. They don't even get paid for what they do. They're volunteering, and then they got to pay for their own
Is there
lawyering.
any reason why we didn't get these before?
Well, it's a canceled account. We don't have, it's no longer in existence. It's closed account.
So, what does that mean?
Is it your understanding those are 2013,
Oh,
14, and 15?
Look at Michelle.
It
What's
wouldn't
your
be
right?
2015 because it's a
Jeez.
canceled account. It's a closed account. And it's my knowledge that you guys asked for, the bank statements that we had on record. So whatever we had for 29203, we supplied to.
Did you, why did you cancel that account?
I don't have that knowledge. I don't know.
You didn't work.
I don't have that knowledge. I'm not going to ever tell you. Anytime anybody
Well, let me ask
ever
you, why did
from
you
now
settle it?
until the end of time asks
I'm
me a
volunteering, so I'm
question
working for them
that
to
I
send
don't
that in
know the
December
answer
2000.
to, I'm just going to
You started
say I
being
don't have
employed?
that knowledge. That's going to be
volunteer,
my new
December
go-to.
2000.
I don't have that
Okay, at what time did you
knowledge.
become a paid staff member?
I'm no longer a paid staff member, but I became a paid staff member April of 2013
Till what time?
till January of 2015.
And why you no
Bless
longer
your
paid?
heart.
It was a mutual decision that I would go
Cherokee.
volunteer to help with the funds of the ministry.
That's awful, babe. I
You
hope you're
have
feeling
monthly
better.
Documents that we just turned over, or at least would like the record to reflect that we've handed the records on regarding the account 9203.
I'm so sorry
Um,
that you
now
fell and
Mr.
hurt
Mr.
yourself.
Hitsuma
That's
is going through them to see what they are.
bless your
and then,
heart.
I didn't want to take the time to
I'm
tally them up on the record right now.
see, I trip over air. So at
Were
this
you
point in
replaced,
time, I can't live anywhere where there
With anybody
is
on staff?
No, I'm
um
still in the same capacity I was before. I'm just not being paid.
Okay.
yeah, I work for
Um,
free.
The next one is bank
That's
statements
her
for
deal.
First Cloverleaf checking and line
I
of credit
can't.
accounts.
It's
Yeah,
my
I
understanding,
can't
me and myself
anyway, I'm
and
clumsy
Mr.
as
Brannon
hell.
were
I
being
can't
supplied
work I
because it's a
can't
line of
live
credit.
where
The receipt,
there
which we
is
did,
a
which I
natural
submitted to the day that I was
weather
showed up for deposition, the
related
day that you were here in court, and was unable to make that.
opportunity
didn't
for me to
understand.
hurt
Say that
myself
again.
because
We
I
agreed,
will.
us three agreed that we would supply you with
Hey,
bank
Allie, good to
statements,
see you,
the line
babe.
of credit statement that showed
You're
this
not
is a
late.
line of
You're
credit.
right on
I didn't
time.
agree to
Coupon.
anything because I wasn't there.
No, what she's talking about is it's not a bank account, it's a line of credit. And there's going to be a statement, I believe, based on my conversation with Mr. Potts, is that there is a document that shows that it's a line of credit.
A coupon. Right?
A coupon.
We
A
submitted-
coupon.
That was
They're
submitted.
they're
What
not a
was submitted?
coupon. They're called payment
That's the
vouchers
statement
or
or whatever
something.
we had
That
for the first
coupon does a
Cloverleaf was
payment
submitted the
coupon.
day
That
that we
doesn't sound
met
right
both.
either.
It was submitted.
You said that was turned over in March when we were there on February 11th?
That's correct.
In June, okay. So we should have that information.
I would
Do you
never
have a
make
copy of that I can
it
look at?
not even just it's too disorganized for me. I couldn't handle it. It would drive me insane. I cannot handle, I need everything to be very, very organized because I have horrible ADD
10:11 a.m.
and I can't function at all if things are
We are back on the record.
all
It is
cluttered
10:16
and
a.m.
amuck. I just can't do it.
All right, so the Cloverleaf checking and line of credit accounts, are you telling me that there's no checking?
It's
Oh,
a line
babe,
of credit, so
I
it's
hope
a
I
rolling
hope your night gets better
account,
from
so
here
we
on
check,
in. How
if
about
any
that?
money is
Don't you
withdrawn,
worry that
we
you
have to
were a
pay it
little
back.
bit late.
No,
It's
I
not a
understand
big
that, but
deal.
would it be fair to say that they would give you checks?
I know we can request checks to go against the line of credit.
Have you
How
ever
do you access
requested
it?
checks?
We make transfers
From that account to another account?
I would just,
from. It
you
would
know
be
what I would
anything from
do,
a main
Allie?
expense
Honestly, I
account
would
that you
see
have
it,
record of.
and I'd
We
probably
would
just
send
throw
payments or wire
everything
money
on
to
the
our line of
floor.
credit to
I
make
like
payments on it.
that
Okay, but how
gift
do you access
with
the
the
line of
with the
credit?
baboon where he
Ashley
just
accesses
flips
it
out and
online.
just starts
Okay,
knocking
transfers?
the computer on the
transfers.
Okay.
floor and throwing
Um,
things. That'd be me.
So you would have bank statements
And
from that
leave.
showing what?
And I just
She said we do
leave.
not have bank statements. Ashley stated we do not have bank statements.
How is that possible? Because if you have a line of credit, you have to know how much you owe.
We do. We get a coupon, and that's what we submitted that shows our constant rolling balance of whatever it is, what we owe against it, and what our, the amount is.
They don't document how much you take on any given month?
It's listed on that. I know online we can check it. She's able to go online and see what balance we have or what's owed, what we need to pay in. But to actually, we don't write checks against it.
No, I understand there's
Okay.
not checks written, but I don't understand why I don't have those statements if they're available online.
The statements aren't available online. She said she could do screenshots.
She can't print out what she accesses?
Screenshots is what she told me last night. That's what she said that she's able to get. Screenshots,
What does she mean by screenshot?
meaning that she can pull it up online and she can do a print screen of that doc or whatever it is online.
She could
and
print it
those
off from online.
She can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
she
why
can.
don't I have that then?
Well, we did request it last night. I did request it for last night. That is correct.
Last night, but it's not here, right?
Well, I've been taking care of other things.
What other things?
when
This
can I
was
get
your
that?
whole job. You're
No,
you're
I
supposed to
requested it
bring
over
all
last
of
night,
this
and I know
stuff.
that they were working on that this morning. but I don't know the
Screenshots,
progress
I
it's on my
know.
phone.
She can she can print
Before you go,
screen.
check on it for you.
Lord.
Okay, IRS Form 1023, the application for tax exempt status.
I do not have that.
Where is
Who
that?
does?
I do not know. It was before my time.
Bef-
I've
Before
looked
your
all over
time
for it, and I cannot
doing
find it.
what? Wouldn't that be something you'd want if you're the one?
No one
Aw.
has that documented anywhere?
I don't have record of it. I've looked everywhere for it. I can't.
If you're the one that's in charge of overseeing the monies, right? Everybody has a job, right? They do all the bookkeeping and stuff like that, but you're the one left holding the bag, i.e. Aks Michelle, right? If you're the Aks Michelle, wouldn't you want to know where these important IRS documents
you
would be
request
located?
a,
I would. I'd be
duplicate of it from
asking.
the IRS?
I'm going to object to that. There's no obligation to do it.
Well, we're just glad you're here, Allie.
I think they'd want to have it themselves.
Listen, I would actually
A
hire
current list of all assets
him
and
as
liabilities
well
for
because
JMMI.
of his
She would have on
excellent
the
fire
balance sheet that
stick
was
juggling
previously supplied to
skills.
you.
And
Current. We don't have anything current.
he's also a distraction because he'll juggle the fire sticks whether his pants are staying up or not. Just saying.
Okay, so this one we haven't been supplied with, I don't believe. Why don't we mark this as the next exhibit?
Like I do want to talk about the Idaho 4,
number
but
three?
I promised you guys I wouldn't talk about anything serious.
I'm going to ask you to identify that, please.
Exhibit number 3.
Bless your heart,
It's a
Cherokee.
balance sheet as of
Bless
December
your
31st,
heart.
2014.
For JMMI.
Correct.
Well, this says on here, first cloverleaf checking.
Who dat?
Well, Ashley wrote that in there. It's not a checking account. It's a line of credit.
It says,
And when you get the coupon,
oh,
see
you
line
live
of
in
credit.
Ohio.
When I get the statements.
Idaho?
Well, you'll get the statements. It'll say line of credit. It's a line of credit.
Yeah, I don't find him suspicious at all. Okay, I'm gonna push pause because I got. Well, no. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow night then, if you guys are okay. If
The
you guys
next
want to
item
talk about it
was,
too.
JMMI meeting minutes that were produced were incomplete and just appear to be a blanket template. Do you have the actual meeting minutes as requested, not just a generic outline?
We provided you what we had with the meeting minutes. I'm not quite sure what you mean by generic, by whose term. I mean, we supplied you with the documentation.
You don't have anything as to what actually occurred at the meeting?
We supplied you with what we were required to under 501c3 to maintain meeting minutes, and we did. And I supplied you with what we had.
And that's all there that exists?
That's all that exists.
So
To my
even their
knowledge.
meeting minutes are fake.
The JMMI Bank of America bank statement for November and December 2014, ending in
This is a
2449.
mess.
Fred, is that what you're looking at?
Oh, 9203.
Oh, that's right. So do we have 2449?
Those are the.
Let me skip ahead a little and see
Um,
what's
Yes, what
going
was just
on now.
identified as Exhibit 6.
Because Michelle doesn't, I don't even know why we're asking Michelle anything. She don't know anything.
Ms. Brannon, I think you just answered before, but how long have you worked for JMMI?
Since December 2012.
And what is your title there?
Executive officer.
And what's your
That's a good
job
point.
responsibility?
That's a good point,
Overseeing the
Allie.
business aspect of the ministry.
Both of the alleys.
And Mr. Taylor testified that you also oversee his personal finances?
That is correct.
And where do you reside?
I currently live at the Trail Oaks as well,
Oh, you do also? I thought I asked if anybody else did, and I was told no.
separate from me.
Oh, you just didn't include yourself?
Well, I lived there recently. Yes.
Hi,
When was recently?
Mom.
As of February 1st.
Oh, 2015?
Correct.
Was that sort of a trade-off for the lack of compensation?
Hey,
No, I
Corky,
voluntarily
good to
went
see
there
you,
until my
babe.
apartment's ready.
Oh, all right. So you plan to move somewhere else?
I am,
And when would that be?
as soon as my apartment's
Like
ready.
ballpark?
Right now, they're looking for an April 1st date for my apartment to be ready.
Okay.
Who's they? And
And
what
how
are you
did you meet Deborah
talking
Fraser?
about?
She attended one of the services.
Where?
I'll be right
In
back,
Town,
you guys.
Michigan.
Give me just 1 second, okay?
And do you typically attend those also?
Nobody's late. We don't be
On
taking
occasion.
attendance here at the
Not all
ward.
the
You
time.
guys are here when you get here, and I'm always glad to see you when you come.
And
None of y'all are
do you have any
late.
idea how Deborah Fraser
Molson
became
man
acquainted
takes
with
attendance, but don't tell him I
the
told
Taylor
y'all that.
facility or JMMI in general?
I believe she's through a relative or something. I'm not sure.
Did you ever request a contribution or donation from Deborah Fraser?
I never did.
Did she talk to you about contributions and donations?
I mean, no, she really never did.
She never talked to you about them?
I mean, we just didn't talk about donations. Talked about her children, her life,
And what did she say about her children and their life?
how much she loves them. As of recently, how it's hurting her not to be able to spend more time with them.
Did she tell you that she has supervised parenting time?
She did mention it.
Are you aware that there are contempt proceedings pending tomorrow?
I've heard, yes,
And how did you hear?
through Debbie,
And what did she tell you?
that there were contempt of court proceedings filed against her.
For what?
She didn't stay.
She didn't tell you why?
We didn't get into it. I asked not to be involved.
You told her you didn't want to know?
I told her I didn't want to know.
In the year 2015, have you ever talked to Debbie about any of her donations?
No,
Did Debbie ever tell you that Jesus appeared to her and told her to give money to JMMI?
No.
Has Mrs. Fraser shared with you any of her visions or dreams that she has experienced about the Lord or God or Jesus?
She's shared with me a dream or two.
What were they?
I honestly don't remember.
You don't have any recall at all?
No, I don't remember her dreams. I get so many people who tell me their dreams. I honestly don't remember.
A lot of people come up and tell you about their dreams?
Well, we have a lot of people who will call in and they ask for prayer, and we're ministry. So people have dreams and they're impacted by them. They do call in quite often for them. Yes. Absolutely.
Including this weekend?
Oh, to be honest with you, yeah, we've had probably about 5 people over the course of this past week that have called in for their dreams, that have had dreams.
And what can JMMI help them with in terms of their dreams?
Well, we're ministry. I mean, it's my religious belief, as I know it is others, that we believe that Jesus does, or people do come to, the Lord does come to you and speak to you in dreams, as stated in First Kings, where he talked about, he appeared to Solomon at night in a dream and a vision by night. And so I definitely believe that. And they come and they talk to, they believe they've had dreams, one thing or another. I've had people this week specifically say that they've had a dream that one person had a dream that their car was being stolen, and 2 days later the car was stolen.
Okay, can you give me a time frame, just generally, of when Deborah talked about her dreams?
I absolutely could not possibly tell you that. I do recall we've talked about it, or she's mentioned she's had dreams, but I don't remember when.
She talked to you about meeting Ben Franklin in heaven?
No.
Okay. Has she talked to you about her kids being seers?
Seers?
Right.
No.
Has Deborah told you that she thinks she can predict the future?
No.
Who else would Deborah have potentially talked to about her dreams within the JMMI ministry?
Jane, Object Form Foundation.
Go ahead.
Very,
Pardon me?
very vague. You go ahead and answer the question if you can.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea who she would have told.
Do you have any knowledge if she and Mr. Taylor spoke about them?
I would guess not,
Why would you guess not?
because Mr. Taylor just doesn't give himself, he doesn't have that time. And to my knowledge, they don't speak like that.
Did Mrs. Frazier ever tell you that she has seen Jesus face to face?
She has not.
That's one of the tenets of JMMI's ministry, is it not?
That is correct.
Have you seen Jesus face to face?
In a dream, yes.
But in a dream,
In a
not
dream.
in the corporal sense of being in here.
No.
So you consider in a dream to be also face to face?
Absolutely.
Is it once?
I've had several dreams of him.
Several
Of the Lord coming to me in a dream. Would you like me to tell them to you?
No, I just want you to know if it's God the Father, God the Son, the Holy Spirit. Who
I've
we
had
talking?
dreams of Jesus coming to me. I've had dreams where I've audibly heard the Father talk to me in a dream. I've never seen him.
Has Mr. Taylor ever told you about his face-to-face meetings with the Lord?
Whatever conversation that Mr. Taylor and I have, he's my spiritual father. He's my pastor. And I believe that would be protected under the pendant.
I'm asking about him telling you, not you telling him, things he has disclosed to you about
Whatever-
having seen.
Again, whatever we've discussed
Just that.
personally has been, if I've talked to him about it or he's related anything.
I'm not asking what you've discussed. I'm just asking what he has said to you, not what you said to him.
Counsel, I'm going to object to the question because she's absolutely right. If there is a conversation in which the Pastor Taylor talks to her in conjunction with a give and take, those are privileged communications. So,
Has
it's
Mrs.
also, by the way, it's also irrelevant and immaterial what their conversations between Pastor Taylor and
I don't agree with you, but I'm going to move on.
Okay.
Where does Mrs. Frazier stay when she comes to St. Louis?
She has stayed at, mentioned she has stayed at a, what do you call it? It's not a hotel per se, like an in-home suite type thing.
She's-
In-town suite or something like that.
Say that again. A what?
She stayed at like where there's long-term stay,
Okay. Executive suites or something?
something like that.
Okay.
I don't know the exact name. And she's also stayed at the Trail Oaks on occasion.
When she is working for the ministry in some capacity, when she's in St. Louis, where would that be?
She would work at the 5209 Trail Oaks.
You talked a little
Yeah,
bit about
tell
what she
us
does
what
when
Jesus
she's
said.
at the,
I want to know more about what Jesus said.
offices in Missouri. You said she answers the phone.
She does.
And what else?
She's
Pledges a fuck
mailed
ton of
letters,
money.
done
Oh,
mailings, stuffed envelopes,
sorry. Inappropriate.
Clerical?
clerical.
Anything of a religious nature?
I know that she's prayed for people, as I stated earlier.
Would that be somebody that is called in? Is it-
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what would you say the property at 5209 Trail Oaks in Blackjack, Missouri What is that primarily used for?
We have people who live there that I stated before, and we do business from that area out of it.
Do they pay rent?
Yes.
How are you paying? How
Are
are
there people that come and go from that? Because it's a residence, isn't it?
It's a residence, but there are people that come and will help out, and volunteers come out and do millings, or if we have big millings or whatever, they'll come out. and
So
do that.
people would come and go to that address?
Mhm.
You
Is that a
don't,
yes?
Yes.
you don't have any problem with the neighborhood objecting to a business being run out of it there?
Well, it's a ministry being run out of it. It's not a business per se.
But it's still not zoned for that purpose, is it?
Objection, forum foundation qualification. Go ahead and answer the question if you can.
I wouldn't know.
But is anybody complaining about it?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, who do you think would know?
I wouldn't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. And I asked you this before, you don't have any name that you refer to?
just
509?
lies?
It's JMMI. I mean, it's
Christine,
JMMI.
that's
It's a
all.
place that we do business.
Okay.
Ministry
He just,
House,
Ministry
he's
House.
just
Is that
been
what you call it?
lying and tell
it's been
and
called
we were
JMMI,
told to
typically we
ask
reference it JMMI.
Michelle.
But we just
However,
call it Ministry House
Michelle has
And then the other
deferred
one
us to
is the residential.
Center.
Ashley.
that's where,
We're now
Mr.
to
Taylor
ask
Mr. Taylor does
Ashley.
not live there.
Who lives there?
Nobody lives there.
It's vacant most of the time?
It is vacant most of the time.
I'm going to show you the lease
Mhm.
for this is the lease for that you provided for 5209 Trail Oaks Drive in Blackjack. And I'm going to ask you who. Let's see what we mark that.
7?
I'm going to ask you to identify this.
This is exhibit number 7, and it's a residential lease
For
for 5209 Trail Oaks Drive, Blackjack, Missouri 63033.
and who signed it?
It looks Bashira. Goodness, whose handwriting is that? Bashira's and myself, and I'm not Angel, but I can't read their handwriting, so I don't know.
You don't know who would have signed this?
I don't know their signature. Their handwriting's not familiar to me, but I know Bashira signed it. I signed it.
Would that be
Marcy McDonald, maybe?
so? The three of you signed a lease.
Well, Angel. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it would have been myself, Marcia, and Bashira.
Is that Angels?
No, she's not the landlord. It's Akia Ku or whatever his name is.
boy.
Gale or something.
Okay, and
Hold on a second, because
This
I want to remember. I'm trying to
lease,
remember
expired in
why
July
why all this
2014.
happened.
Okay.
Have you renewed it?
We are month to month, so I haven't received a renewal.
Who pays the rent?
JMMI issues the rent, but the staff all come together, those, and Bashira and Angel and Marcia, and I help as well, and we all help pay that.
Is that through donations?
No, we have, everybody has.
That's
their own
right. It was the
income.
divorce. You're right.
So when you say
Thank
you all
you,
come together,
Nonstop
but
Mom.
JMMI pays it, how does that happen?
We give the money to Ashley to make the deposit
Into what account?
into our main account, I believe.
What are the four numbers?
I believe it's 2449.
So now you're month to month?
We are.
And who is, I'm going to butcher this name, Aguio Gale?
The landlord.
Who, do you know who he is?
I mean, I've met him.
Do you have a relationship with him, business or otherwise?
I do not personally.
Does JMMI have an office in St. Louis?
So not in the city itself. You're talking
Right.
about-
No.
Do they have any offices in Missouri?
Well, other than the ministry center or the JMMI,
That would be the only one.
that would be the only one.
Okay, I'm going to show you Exhibit 7 and ask you to read that name.
Adrienne Linton.
And who is that?
She used to live there. She no longer does. Was a volunteer staff member.
Is she still a volunteer?
She is.
What was your salary with JMMI?
70,000
Per year.
per year.
$70,000.
And when did you start receiving that?
And you don't know
April of
anything about
2015.
anything?
And
What
then it
did you
stopped
get paid
January
70K for,
2015?
ma'am?
You have a bookkeeper that you identified as Ashley Ware.
Well,
Correct.
Is there any other bookkeeper?
now
Do you supervise Ashley?
there are people that
oversee
have
Ashley.
left the
You
ministry
primarily
that
supervise
were
everybody there, don't you?
volunteers
Correct.
that are basically are alleging
the
that
check
it's
signers?
La Marcia McDonald.
basically they
Pastor Taylor's also
slave
a check
labor.
signer, but he does rarely signs checks.
And who else?
La Marcia. and
You
that's-
don't sign checks?
No, I don't.
La Marcia is the only person that has check signing authority.
That is correct.
Okay. Who is authorized to make charges to JMMI debit or credit accounts? Charge, credit card.
That would be Marcia, Pastor Taylor, myself, Joseph Bush.
Who's Joseph Bush?
Yeah, who
He's a
that?
pastor
A pastor where?
for JMMI.
Where does he reside?
He resides in Taylor, Michigan.
A pastor of which church?
Well, he's a pastor under Apostle Taylor.
What?
For JMMI and or for, what's the church that operates out of the Taylor
He
building?
KFC, Kingdom Family.
Right. Is he a pastor
He
there?
is a pastor there, but what I'm referencing is the pastor under Joshua Media Ministries. That's what
Okay.
I'm
So
knowledgeable.
he can use credit cards and debit cards?
For Joshua Media Ministry, you could use the debit card. We don't have a credit card.
Who else?
Who else? Everybody?
Angel Jones.
What about Ashley? Is she allowed
That's pretty
to?
much it.
Does Deborah Frazier have one?
She does not.
And who monitors the debits taken from the account?
That's monitored through Ashley and myself.
When she said KFC, y'all, that's what I thought. And
Are
then
there
I
any
got
restrictions or
and then I
guidelines
got
as to what
hungry.
charges people
Y'all
or
know how
debits
much
people
I
can
love
use?
KFC.
We do have restrictions in place now, yes.
When did you start those?
We've always had restrictions as to what people can do and what
Uh-huh.
they can charge.
Oh, okay.
But we've become even stricter with our guidelines recently.
Oh, have you? Really? Was that before or
recently?
after Mr.
Recent
Apostle
as 2 weeks ago.
Taylor, Pastor Taylor? I
What
don't
were
know
they
what you're
before?
calling him today, but
They would submit a request that they need to
when he-
pay
when
for
he-
something or they need something.
what did he
that
do
have a
with the
business reason.
limousine
And they would submit a paper
when he
request?
made that?
It would depend.
You know what
Sometimes they
I
would call
want?
in,
So if they were going to Popeye's Chicken?
Is
Would they call in and
some
ask for
they
permission?
could call in if they were
chicken
meeting with a
strips
pastor, another pastor, or whatever the case may
and
be.
some mashed
Say, I'm gonna be meeting with
potatoes
this pastor. I need to, to go. We're
and
having lunch.
a
and this is what,
biscuit
where we're going or whatever.
and
that's
some
we have the money in the
coleslaw.
account, go ahead and do that.
So
It's
each and every
expensive.
time somebody accessed
That's what I
the
would
account
like.
with a debit card,
That is correct.
they asked for permission.
Yes.
And what are the restrictions now that are different?
Here's my. I'm
Well,
going to
the
put my
restrictions
Cash
now
App and
are based on
PayPal
guidelines that our
in
tax
the,
authorities put in place.
in the chat. Please keep your girl.
Do all these people still have debit cards?
They do not.
Oh,
They never did.
What's
They-
the
they
word
had
I'm
access to
looking
use the debit card.
for?
They didn't have an individual debit card to use. We had a Joshua
Hmm.
Media Ministry debit card.
one?
Well, we had one up here and then one down there, and Pastor Taylor had one, so 3.
I need to be kept
So
up
if
in
somebody wanted
KFC.
to use it to buy food, they would have to physically go get the card from someone?
Which is why I said we have a card.
I
up here
need
in
to.
Northeast,
I need
which
to have a
Joseph
steady
Bush, Pastor
supply
Bush
of
has access to.
KFC
And
and
then people come in, say,
5
which is
hour
myself,
energy.
Angel, and then Pastor Taylor, obviously, because he travels.
So who carries the card from St. Louis?
That's what I need.
We keep it in a general location there in a lockbox in St. Louis.
At the trail over?
In order for me to function and keep
Has there been
continue to
discussion
bring you
about,
guys this riveting content from Michelle
JMMI,
here and others.
giving Deborah Frazier a debit card?
No.
No, she
Why not?
just is in charge
She
of
would have no
giving
reason to
us
have
the
one.
money.
Okay.
She doesn't get to
Mr.
spend
Taylor
the money
testified
and
at his
snack.
deposition that
Yes,
you told
please keep
him
Chandler well nourished.
that Deborah Frazier had helped with the
5
attorney fees for
hours,
JMMI.
snacks, and KFC are muy importante.
You can go ahead and answer the question if you can.
I honestly wouldn't know. I don't know what was discussed at the previous deposition.
And I'm telling you that Pastor Taylor testified that you advised him
Mm-hmm.
that Deborah Frazier had assisted with the attorney fees for JMMI. So I'm asking you to explain that, what she assisted with.
Yes.
how that occurred.
I honestly
Same
don't recall.
objection. Go ahead, answer the question.
I honestly don't recall.
You don't
Peas,
recall that?
don't
caffeine,
recall
and
that.
chicken grease.
You talking about
Yup.
conversation?
No, I mean, I don't recall what he was referring to.
What kind of licorice,
Okay,
Allie?
did you have a conversation with Deborah
79. Do
Frazier
you
about the attorney
want
fees?
Not that I
Twizzlers,
recall.
the
no.
red licorice, or do you like the black licorice?
Page
Also,
240.
nonstop mom.
I'm gonna read this into the record.
I need more information about these cookies. What kind of cookies? I like cookies. Remember how I had plans to make Christmas
On page
cookies?
238 from the
And
deposition
then I lost
of
the Christmas spirit.
February 10th.
Yeah.
I'm inquiring of Mr. Taylor as to whether Deborah Frazier paid his attorney fees. And Mr. Taylor
Oh,
responds,
you like the
yes,
cherry
I found
ones?
out.
Is that the original
Question, yes, you found
twists,
out
or is that like the
in the amount of
peel ones?
$7,500.
Let me
Answer,
look.
I don't
I
know
just
if
like the original
exactly how much it
regular
was.
Twizzlers, red
Question, well, there's
Twizzlers.
August
Whatever
2014.
flavor that is. That's what
There
I
was a
like.
$7,500 deposit. And then in September of, actually, I have, I was talking about my eyes. I couldn't read. But then I corrected and say on the same day, their income $7,500 and out goes $7,500. Frazier versus Frazier retainer fee for Hertz Schramm. So is it your understanding, and this is JMMI's documents, that Deborah Frazier gave the $7,500 on your behalf? Answer,
Yes,
not that I
Allie.
know of, no. Question, well, what did you find out later? Answer, I found out that she paid for some legal fees for me to have an attorney so that all the details I know, yes. Would
I
the
would-
question, would that be the Hertz Schramm people or some other lawsuit?
What are
Answer,
no
I don't
bake
know, I'm not
cookies?
sure.
Nonstop
Question,
mom. I
no,
need
is there
some
some other lawsuit that you're
examples.
involved in? Answer, no, not that I know of, no. Question, so is it your understanding that Deborah Frazier paid your legal fees to Hertz Schramm as invoiced in and out of JMMI? Answer, I understand, I don't know
My
who it was given
mom
to, I just heard that it happened, so you probably want to
has
ask
the
Michelle that.
recipe. I think my
Question, when did you
sister
hear
might
this?
have it, and I
Answer,
probably
I
have
can't
it somewhere.
remember,
But
I don't know exactly.
my favorite
Question, who did you hear it from?
ones that
Answer,
we used to
Michelle's
make
shared
when
it
we
with
were
me.
kids are
Question, so Michelle
the
told you that Deborah Frazier paid your
snowballs.
legal fees?
They're like
Answer, yes.
they're the shortbread with pecans, and then you put them
So can you tell me about that exchange you had with
you
Mr.
put
Taylor regarding Deborah Frazier
powdered
paying your
sugar
attorney
over
fees?
them. Oh, I'd love it.
I honestly do not remember Deborah Frazier saying that she was going to pay or that she paid the attorney fees. I do recall
Oh,
the conversation
cocoa and
that Pastor Taylor
oats.
is
That
referring
sounds
to
delicious.
him saying, you know, we need to pay
Those
these
are I
attorney
like
fees.
the
We
I
need to
like
get
the
these attorney
Christmas
fees paid
balls.
for.
What else do I like? My
do
absolute
not
favorite though are those
You don't recall what?
I don't recall Deborah Frazier paying her attorney
cookies
fees.
that come
Do you
in
recall
that
Deborah
blue
Frazier
tin,
making,
and
a
they have a
donation,
it's like it's like a
on or
dark
around the
blue,
time that
like
you
a
had paid your
royal
attorney
blue
fees?
tin,
No, I do.
and they
recall
have
a
they come
conversation
in
that I
the
had with
little
Deborah
like
Frazier and
paper
speaking with her about the attorney fees from
thingies.
her shram. And in my
That's what I
frustration,
like. Those
I
are
had
my
mentioned that
favorite.
to her. You know, she had asked, "Did you get the attorney?" Because she had also wanted to get an attorney or got an attorney from her shram. Can't remember his name. Anyway, she said, I told her I was frustrated. I said, "This
Hi,
isn't having anything to do
Shamita.
with us. You know, they're asking for attorney fees." But she never told me, okay, I'm going to go. and take
Yes,
care of your attorney
Corky.
fees
I don't
and-
know what those are called, but those
And I did
butter
discuss that
cookies.
with
Yes,
Pastor Taylor.
nonstop mom. I love
that
those.
she had paid some attorney
No,
fees?
I discussed with him that I had talked to Deborah about our attorney fees and that I was frustrated about that we had to pay the attorney fees.
All right, his testimony is that you
Yes.
told him that she
How
was
are we
contributing in
showing
some
our
manner to the
age,
payment of attorney
He
Christine
said
fees.
that,
G?
and that's the
That's me.
truth.
They still
If
be
he said
making
that, then
those.
he's absolutely
You
correct.
don't know.
just
I
don't
could have
recall.
found
I
those
don't remember.
yesterday, and they are my new
All right, so
favorite.
do
You
believe
don't
then,
know.
based on what I just read
Always
to you,
trying to make
that
me
Deborah Frazier in
old.
some way contributed to the
You
payment of
and
the
my
attorney
daughter
fees for Hertz Schramm?
Elizabeth,
If I
forever trying
discussed
to
it with
remind
Pastor
me how
Taylor and
old
he
I
said
am.
that I said that to him,
I don't
yes.
feel holly or jolly now.
But
Thank
the
you, Christine
$7,500 that
G.
you guys are referring to, that I do not know where that came from. No.
Okay, but you do acknowledge that Deborah Frazier in some manner contributed to the payment of attorney
What I
fees
acknowledge is that if Pastor Taylor said that happened, that conversation happened.
with you, and
That is with he and I. And if he said that I told him that the attorney fees, that Deborah was contributing in some way to the attorney fees, if he said that, then that conversation did happen.
would you be lying to Mr. Taylor, at that point?
I don't lie.
Okay, so you're saying you don't recall?
I don't
that
know what those
conversation?
I do
are.
not recall the specifics of that conversation. I do recall
I
being
also don't
upset
like
about
those
getting a
Werther's
bill or having
things
paid
either. If you're
$7,500
if
as a
that's
third-party
what you're
witness
going
to
for.
issue a subpoena ducis tecum and supply all these
No, I need
documentation
for you to hit up
for
my
parties that were not directly
okay, you
involved
did
in
say
that.
hour,
this
you're
was an
correct. But
offshoot of
now
Deborah
in order
Frazier's
to make it
problems
up to me,
that
I've
resulted in
decided
him
I
to
need to
hiring
be
you
kept
having to hire an
in
attorney.
5 hours
Okay.
and
And
KFC.
So
I
if-
put
if
my
Mr.
Cash
Taylor
App
says
in the
that the two of you
chat.
had that conversation, that you represented Deborah Frazier paid some of your attorney fees, you're saying that that would have been a truthful statement?
You did
Absolutely,
say
she said
hour,
it,
you're
that's true.
right.
Okay. But you're saying you don't
Aw,
have any
nonstop
recollection of
mom.
how that occurred?
I do not know.
Okay.
I don't know what's occurred either, Michelle, because I stopped listening to the lies like 5 minutes ago.
8? No, we're 9. Are we 9? Oh, you're right.
Oh dear. Somebody has a cough.
That goes later. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm looking for.
Okay, now I need to find that. I'll find it though. I want to hear a ghost that said his name in Latin. I would also like to know, when did ghosts get fluent in Latin? Demons are fluent in Latin, but I don't know about ghosts.
You brought about the 7,500.
Michelle has really good hair
No, did it?
and it looks newly
Yes.
done. Yes, I need to be
Okay.
kept.
I am going to ask you to identify
But
exhibit number 8.
for somebody who's not making a salary anymore, you know, her outfit is
JMMI
nice.
ledger
She's all
sheet
accessorized.
provided by
Her hair has
JMMI to,
recently been done. It's a fresh color.
Mr. Frazier's counsel pursuant to discovery request.
Yes, exhibit number 8 looks like it is a general ledger.
I do need kept nonstop, Mom.
All right, and I'm going to ask you to read the.
I could be
annotation
really
for
diva-like
August
and
27th,
scroll that thing
2014.
across my like I could
Says
do
source
here. I'll
not
do it.
disclosed yet.
Watch. Let me be a real.
Hold
Let me
on.
be a real
Um,
diva.
8/27/2014.
Let me move this so I could get to it.
Source not disclosed yet. Amount
on.
$7,500, and then the balance.
The balance in that account.
Correct.
Okay, and then
Did I even spell that right? Yeah.
these are copies, so it's a little hard to read. Then another arrow for August 27th, 2014.
Oh,
if
wait.
you can read that line across.
Bruh. Here we
Says
go.
8/27/2014. Shram
Here we go. Now I'm
Check
extra fancy
60,
and bougie and
5,
diva-like.
6 maybe. Retainer fee for Frazier versus Frazier, negative $7,500.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Now, who would have physically prepared this document?
Ashley Ware.
What?
But you
Yes.
oversee it.
Oh, the mistress.
So when this says
Hold
source
on.
not disclosed yet, what does that mean?
Please
to
to
you?
hold. I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on just 1 minuto. Let me find it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. Let me look here. All right, here we go. I think I found it. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. This is her official YouTube channel. Do I have percent? Oh, my stars. Let me fix this really quick. Hold on. Let me edit it. Oh, why is there... Apparently, I don't know. I also typed 6 just now instead of 5. All right. Now. We're cooking with gas. All right, here we go. Let me make her bigger and put closed captions on. Okay, here we go.
And get off the Zoom. Stay on Zoom, right?
Yes, and we are live now. We are recording live for you because of the live streaming and the internet that is being bombarded at this hour. Everyone is on the internet.
No,
And so,
I'm so
coming to you
glad that you
live,
fixed
Wednesday
it.
Night Ministries.
Thank
I'm your
you.
host and founder, Sonia Jefferson, and we have an amazing woman of God, Vicki Yohe, psalmist, minister, and now author of her first book. And we are looking forward to diving into getting truth, revelation, knowledge, reset, restore, and to just recover all, Vicki.
Yes. Amen.
And
Amen.
That's powerful.
Amen. And I wanted
This
to
is
ask, the first question I wanted to ask
apparently
you is, what projects are you working on
David
right now
Taylor's
outside of
mistress
the
who
book
came
that you're
out
doing now?
and spilt
Well,
all
you
kinds
know,
of
I'm
beans,
working on this single
evidently.
called Living Waters. And as soon as I exposed this predator, I got a phone call not too long after from Joni Lamb, and she saw what I was going through, and she saw the brokenness, and so she sent me to a place in it was North Carolina called Living Waters.
Okay.
And when
And
I
this
went
is
there,
her.
I just like I was I couldn't even see tomorrow. And anyway, I was there for 7 days, extensive counseling. When I left there, I wasn't completely healed, but I was on my road to heal, to be healed. But
Yes.
while I was there, I wrote a song called Living Waters. And on the back of my book, we talk about the
It's
single. The single
56
is not
here.
out,
Yes, the
but
girl
we're
in the
working on it.
pink.
Right now, I will tell you, I would love to do a new CD in the next 6 months.
She did
to
a whole
year,
video
or
on
even
that.
less,
Let's see if
but
I can find that
maybe 8
one.
months.
Hold
But
on.
for me, and I have songs that I'm writing even now. I don't want to rush anything because
Yeah, I want to hear about the shit talking, ma'am. Hold on. Let me go to her actual channel. Let's see. Let's see. Is it the one that I have? The exposing one? It's got to be. We're just going to kind of like maybe we'll. Oh, okay. They finna get into it. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see.
tomorrow I now see. Because when I went there, girl, I couldn't see tomorrow. My world just.
Good night, Amelia. Sweet
goodness.
dreams.
Vicki, I have a similar experience. Mine was
Well, can you,
a person
do you
that
know?
I thought I could trust and called in ministry, and really, I think that these people are so broken, Vicki, on the inside.
You got a link
that
for me, Sky
they
Flashed?
are narcissistically looking for people that can fill that void that will never
Right.
be filled. Only the power of the Holy Spirit can fill that void
Well,
for
can
them.
you
Not to
help
say
me?
that
I
what they
need to
did
know where
was
this is
excusable.
at. Can
No,
you send me a link?
what was done was inexcusable. And I'm so glad that you're taking the Esther
Thank
role.
you.
I look at you as the trailblazer, the Esther going out before the nation of women to bring restoration to a nation of women, Vicki. What you're doing is so powerful in the spirit realm. And I just wanted to encourage you that regardless of what people say, of their opinion, of what you're doing, and that's the problem with the church. That's what we're so broken, Vicki, because everything is put in a box. No one is to
Yeah.
say anything about anything. And so
Yeah.
we have a lot of broken, hurt people that
Yeah.
cannot speak. And because you have that voice now, other women shackles are falling off. They are literally falling off.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I had to make a decision because when I found out that he was a fraud and all of this, I something rose up within me, and it was, you know, even though I had failed, and I went on social media and I confessed my sin, my moral failure, and
Something rose up in you. Was it anger?
But something rose up within me, and it was like the Holy Spirit said, you know, I know God. Bless this, like, oh yeah, you need to do this so you could help set free women. No, but since it did, God, you know, God takes your mess and makes it a message. And
Yes.
so I felt this urge in just in my spirit, like, okay, you have to go on social media and you got to, because I
Thank you, nonstop mom. I love you're so encouraging.
You know, because I was feeling horrible, and so you got to go on social media.
Yes, talk
confess to
amongst
your fans, to the world,
yourselves.
get it all out there. No more secrets. Just get it out there. And when you do, you're going to help other women walk into their true destiny in 2019. Because this was December 2018.
Yes.
And girl, when I
This
confessed,
is yes.
before that night was over, I had 10 other women that he was with. Within 30 days, it was 40. Within 6 months, I stopped 100. And
Holy moly.
why I feel like God used me in this area, even to write this book, was no one that he ever messed with had the platform that I have. Okay.
Yes.
So he could manipulate and control them. Now, you know, all the women, all of them.
All right, hold on.
Within 30 days, he got inappropriate pictures of him because you know, you live so far away, and
I
we're gonna
did
get
go to that
married,
video,
and,
but it
you
was
know,
like just
you know,
okay.
And so,
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's the first one I clicked. I should have stopped there. I should have stopped there. All right. That's where I should have went.
About what's really going on and the people involved in it. Recently, gospel music artist Vicki Yohe went live from the Jaguar purchased for her by Apostle David Taylor and exposed her and having a harem of
Here's the
women,
channel that
some
this
of
is
whom
from.
attempted to brainwash her. Vicki Yohe is very well known in the gospel music community, and some people refer to her as a blue-eyed soul. And she claims that her popularity in gospel music is what drew Apostle David Taylor to her. Basically, in her own words, she's saying that he was clout chasing when he met her, and he ended up sleeping with her and buying her extravagant gifts, like the car she's sitting in exchange for her presence and for her promoting him to her audience. In this live video David and Vicki did together a few months ago, he mentions that he wanted to promote his ministry through her.
Hello, Apostle.
How are you doing?
Fantastic. We're glad to be back on with you.
Yes, I'm excited to be on with you again.
I can totally
It's been
tell.
tremendous. The last time we had this, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yes. And I was excited. I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about the crusade. And I'm so excited, you know, that we're going to be talking about the Dream Conference because I'm going to be there the first night because I'm so interested in this.
Me too.
Yes. Well, the Dream Conference is going to be amazing.
Y'all,
I'm
their
really
eyebrows
happy that
match.
we're able to go over the conferences that we're going to be having during this crusade because all of them are going to be amazing. But I really feel like the Lord put it on my heart to come on with you so that we could promote and explain to people how amazing these 16 conferences are going to be.
Keep in mind, just a few years ago, this same man, David Taylor, was investigated for misappropriating the church funds, which he denied. He's also the man behind Joshua Media Ministries, which holds miracle crusades where people are healed of ailments, diseases, etc. And he especially focuses on helping people have a face-to-face encounter with Jesus. He was formerly married to Tabitha Taylor, who also went live on Facebook recently, about a month ago, and exposed him for cheating on her with other women in the church. She said she had seen signs that he used women in the church prior to their marriage, and things only got worse after they exchanged vows. And she explained that even though her ex-husband was having multiple affairs with women in the ministry, she stayed because she believed that that's what God wanted her to do. And she prayed for God to make her numb to the pain instead of leaving. But eventually she did wake up to the madness and she did leave. And now she's teaching other young women in church how to avoid falling into the same trap. Here's a portion of what his ex-wife had to say about him.
But most of all, I want some women to know that what you're going through, it is so important that you learn the word of God. One of the things that I believe God revealed to me while I was going through that, because like I said, I went through verbal abuse, I went through mental abuse, I went through physical abuse, and God has even reminded me of some of the things I did. I covered my husband as God began to expose him to me. I would cover him. I didn't tell anybody what he was doing. I remember there was a time, people of God, that literally a husband found out about his wife and my ex-husband at the time of that they were sleeping together, having sex together. And I literally sat at the table with this husband, my husband, and I lied for my ex-husband to pretend and act like that did not happen. You know, I was so far gone with whatever he told me to do. God showed me in a dream of me carrying my ex-husband on a throne. He literally became my God. And that is what I want to proclaim to the people of God tonight. You know, the first commandment is that we're not to have no other God but God. But where the enemy came and he perverted our love for God to the place that we began to worship this man. And his word was above law. His word was the word for us. One thing that I lack and that I want the people of God to know is that we're not to have nobody else before God. One thing the Bible says.
Okay, I just want to say something while I'm thinking about it, because this is actually what she just said here is interesting to me, because this is something that I've heard before. And I heard it while watching a true crime documentary. So remember Warren Jeffs? I know you guys do. He's the leader of the FLDS church, who is currently in prison. Well, remember when he went on the run and one of his wives was with him? Well, that wife has come out and done a documentary on Peacock. It's actually very good. And I do plan to talk about that, but this is something that she said too. And it's a good documentary, but it's awful. And I'm going to go through it. I just didn't want to do anything like super heavy this week because, you know, I promised you guys and all that. But yeah, it reminded me when she said that. And if I say it out loud, then I'll remember that I told you guys about it. And then, you know, we can go from there. Okay, here we go.
It talks about false prophets. And let me share this real quickly. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but in the book of Matthew, chapter number 6, it talks about false prophets. But immediately after it says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, it immediately begins to talk about you will know them by their fruits. Now, you are a man of God. You are a prophet of God. You are a teacher of God.
I'm a heathen and I know this passage.
You are sleeping with all of the women that are in your ministry, the majority of them, not every single one of them, because I'm sure there may be some backlashing as my story comes out. So I want to choose my words carefully. But know that there was a lot of women. The women began to change their clothing and they began to dress like me or they would listen to what he liked. If my ex-husband, he liked women with hair on their legs. So the women began to walk around with hair on their legs. We would dress up because he liked us to dress up. He liked us to wear shoes where our toes were out. Everybody's walking around like that.
Thank you, nonstop, Mom.
And
Let
they
me
thought they
fix
were the only
it.
ones. And they weren't. They thought they were the only one and they weren't.
I
So
just
when
love
a man of
you.
God comes to you and begins to seduce you, I want you all to know, and this is what I'm going to elaborate more in the next session. I'm going to talk about the spirits that are behind these things. Amen. I'm going to talk about the spirits that are behind these things, because there is a demonic world that is going on, and Satan got involved in our ministry and he destroyed lives. He destroyed marriages. He destroyed homes. I share with you, I backslid. There were others that backslid. There are some that are still backsliding and they want to come back, but they don't know how. They've been so wounded and so hurt. So we people of God need to make sure
y'all right.
that we stay
Hold
on
on,
the
ma'am.
altar. We need
Hold
to
on.
make sure
I don't
that
want
we
to
begin to
interrupt you because that's rude and I've got manners, but let me just say this. I don't know that I could be with a man who preferred my legs to be hairy, because quite honestly, I don't prefer my legs to be hairy. I never have. I don't think I ever will. Even after I had back surgery, I would sit down in that shower and shave my legs because no.
Cry out to God. We need to make sure that we get in the Word of God.
From the sound of it, it sounds like Vicki Yohe also fell into the same trap of falling in love
Church
with the way
full
God
of
is using a
hairy,
man and not the man
legged
himself.
women.
And that's why
Oof.
she made the poor decision she made with him,
Looking like
letting other women in
tarantulas.
his harem brainwash her, sleeping with him, and sending him pictures of her in her birthday suit, which she also reveals in this video.
My. Here we go.
There's someone that may release a false statement about me, so I would like to release my statement in advance. All accusations that will be put forth are false and defaming. However, it is with a heavy heart
Wait a minute.
that I even have to release this statement publicly.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. You're about to make some statements that I think are going to include some accusations, and you've already told everybody that all of the accusations put forth are going to be false. I was terribly worded. I know that's not what you meant, but that is what you said, ma'am. Let me go ahead and turn the closed captions on because, yes, here we go.
So my issue is things keep, I don't think I'm, yeah, here we go, we're live. Okay, so I was having some issues.
Were you having some issues?
So let me say that again, okay?
Yes, please do
I'm
say
gonna keep
that
going. This time I
again.
will not stop it, but I had an issue with that last live, okay? And we'll just continue on.
Okay.
Let me know if I'm on or not, okay? So let me say this again. There's someone
Don't
that may
you
release
think
a
you
false
should
statement
wait?
about me. So I would like to release my statement in advance. All accusations that will be put forth are false and defaming. However, it is with a heavy heart that I even have to release this statement. So here I go. In August of last year, I felt like I met the man of my dreams.
Oh,
I
you
knew
did. Let me
I
just
had
stop
met
you
the man
right
of my
there. You about to make this big ass statement with a heavy heart, ma'am. Don't you think you should give yourself like the 20 or 25 seconds? I can't remember if you're on Facebook, what the delay is anymore, because I don't use Facebook in this day and age. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Don't you think you ought to wait before you say all the things that you're fitting to say with your heavy heart? Make sure you're actually live so you don't have to do this twice. Now, this will be the third time if you fuck it up? I'm just asking. Also, I don't want to be mean, but I don't know what that poof is you got going on top of your head. You look like a cockatiel.
My dreams. Wasn't in a relationship for years, and I just thought this was it. And I'm not going to go into a lot of, it's been 16 months.
It's not even,
I
it's
thought
not
I
just her.
was one
Her
and
eyes
only.
are way down, her forehead and everything is
I read
too
his
tight
book,
because of
and
that
I had a
poof on the
desire
top of her
for
head.
a closer relationship with God. I had a desire to
Right,
see Jesus
Sky
face to face.
Flash?
And I read the book, and one thing I can tell you, that I did see Jesus. That's not something I made up. That's not something that he asked me to do for him in his ministry. No, I saw Jesus because I had a desire to see Jesus. Whether I would have been dating him or not, I know I would have. But we started dating 16 months ago, and a lot of people, he wanted it to be secret, but you'll know in a few moments why he wanted it to be secret. But I didn't go against that because I had social media issues, and I thought, that's great. We can date privately, and
You had social media issues?
No one will.
Wait a minute.
I won't have to deal with all of that. And
Wait a minute. So you had social media issues. I don't even know what the hell that means to begin with, first of all. But you had social media issues, and then you hooked up with some dude who didn't want to claim you. That does not sound good at all, ma'am. This sounds like some wrong ass life choices all the way around. Like, what did you do to have social media issues? What are those social media issues? And how come you work so hard to get the majority of your hair up in that poof thing up on top of your head, but then you have this whole chunk over here behind you that you just like, it didn't make the cut? What happened there, sis? Oh, that's a terrible freeze. I apologize. That was not intentional. She looks like one of those Shih Tzus, that has I know it's not Shih Tzu, Shih Tzu, that has that like little ponytail on the top of their head, so they can see. That's what she looks like. That's oof.
they've told me to stay to the script.
Jowls look like
You know,
Okay,
Vicki Yohe has
okay,
asked me
that's
to
not
the script
nice.
because I'm going to share my heart, and I'm going to look at these little notes every once in a while so I can stay on point and not forget anything.
Could you?
But
That's
so this
great.
might be a 20-minute live. I don't know. But
Uh-huh. Come on, get them tears going, girl. Let's go. I need some emotional manipulation, ma'am.
I really thought that I found my soulmate. I really did.
Oh my God.
I told him for the very. I'm not someone that plays games. Listen,
You're playing games right now because you're making the cry noises, but Jay got no tears like me. You see, I'm very upset.
if I'm with you, I love 100%. I told him from the very beginning. If you ever don't want to be with me, just tell me.
Oh, here comes the
involved in
anger.
this relationship.
The tears are over.
To marriage, you know, a lot of people do that. I'm not going to do that. And if you ever see that it's not working with us, just don't cheat. Don't do that. And for me, you know, if I'm not somebody. I can't have things. Some people just a lot of things going at me. I mean, one's a full-time job.
Slow down. First of all, you're talking too fast. Let me slow you down because you're all right. Now, you told him not to cheat. Wasn't he married? Wasn't he married at the time? Lord Jesus, fix it. Listen, now I've already said this 11 billion times. I'm more spiritual than religious, but even my heathen ass knows that adultery is one of the, and I don't know if it's one of them. Is it one of the 7 deadlies? I know it's not good, is what I'm saying. It's not, it doesn't come recommended, and it's not a suggested activity in the Bible. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's indeed frowned upon in the Bible. I'm pretty sure it's a no-go. Okay.
But anyway, let me get back to my script.
Yeah, get back to your script
that we put together so I can stay focused. But, so he's very different things. I knew because I couldn't hardly. I've never called him where he would answer the phone. Never. I never. Never. Ever in 16 months would answer the phone when I called.
Okay.
He would text me.
Okay, it's one of the 10 commandments. I knew it was frowned upon, Anna. I just wasn't sure.
Each other, so I might see him every couple months. So it wasn't something that was just, So it was very.
Why are you pinching
your
cheeks?
Long distance relationships are hard anyway. And
especially when the other partner's married. I'm just saying.
I got to put this in here, and they really said this isn't necessary, but I want you to understand the control and the manipulation in this movement.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a chance.
Thing that happened before, but I went to Israel with his group, and 2 of his leaders, women leaders, Jezebels, I'll call them. They're wicked.
Oh,
so wicked. Oh
Wait a minute.
Wait
a minute, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. First of all, how are you going to call these other women Jezebels when you were the actual Jezebel? Like you were the side chick. Ugh, okay.
I guess I did some things that they thought, that I did wrong there. And I'm just going to tell you quickly. And
yeah, just tell us quick.
One of my friends
rip that Band-Aid off.
I had a camera to one of the guys to take it because I was singing "Take Me to the Water," and when he gave me the camera back, it was a picture of himself, and I went, "Oh my God!" I said, "Oh, and I guess I must have, I don't know, I must have ticked everybody off. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. So they told me they're gonna have to meet with me. And so I said, well, why am I meeting with you? Well, he wants you to meet with us. And I said, well, no, I'll meet with him. He's my, these 2 ladies actually knew about our relationship. I said, no, he's my boyfriend. I want to meet with him. He says, if you don't receive us, you don't receive him.
Oh,
long story short, I ended up meeting with him.
Unless you're sending me money for KFC in 5 hours, then I'll receive.
For 1 hour and a half, I sat on a chair and I cried.
For an hour,
I guess they were breaking me down.
I have never timed myself crying. Oh,
they literally.
Oh, okay.
Told me pretty much I ain't worth nothing. You got a voice. You got a voice. You got a voice. That's what you got. You can sing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's something.
I could not talk. for an hour and a half. I was weeping. I wanted to defend myself. That's pride. For 1 hour and a half, and I kept thinking, the man that loves me says he's in love with me.
Well, babe, there ain't no testimony without the
How
word
he put me in
test.
a room with two women that were trying to break me down for an hour and a half.
Where's the tears, ma'am? Did they still
Okay,
yo
I'm getting
tears?
myself back together because I'm
Okay.
reliving all this stuff.
Yeah, get
I'm reliving
yourself
it.
back
Okay.
together. Okay, all right.
I am a stable person. That situation right there. That situation right there. I kept thinking, oh my God, you know, who would do this to the person? I mean, I couldn't wrap my mind around this whole.
He cheated on his
verbal
wife,
and,
so he's
correction
already not a
and
good
there
dude.
was no love, not bit of love. It was evil and it was wicked. When I left the room, I texted him. I said, "Oh," and I was broken. I said, "Thank you so much. You know, I probably needed that." That's how brainwashed I was. Brainwashed. I probably knew that. You know, I may have some pride. That's how brainwashed I was. Brainwashed. So let's get past that. Israel. I went back, came. We went to Greece, and you know, I'm a secret. You know,
Been around the world.
okay. And that's what we've been doing. So,
oh no, okay.
when I get back home from Israel, and I want to talk about something.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at my script, make sure I'm sticking
Your
to
script.
it.
You mean notes? This is bad all the way around, John.
I get an inbox from a woman. I'm gonna call her A.
Oh, A.
And she says she didn't know that I was dating him. She just knows that I was connected to the ministry.
Okay. All right.
And she shows me screenshots, texts. Oh my God, from him. So I freak out, screenshot it, send it to him, and his assistant called him. He don't answer the phone, of course. She said, "Are you okay?" I said, I need it. So anyway, long story short, they both get on the phone. Now she's in on all his stuff. She is the master manipulator. I mean, she helps him. They wine and dine the rich people. You know, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. She is a part of his whole thing.
That ponytail on the top of your head is mighty distraction, especially because it's off to the side.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought too. Get your hands out of your mouth too. That's gross.
And he's like, I just woke up. What's going on? And so he said, oh, I'm seeing all these texts. Michelle, tell her.
Well, there we go.
So Michelle
Aks
said,
Michelle.
Apostle, he's got all these. I said, but the texts that I'm seeing that she's doing are similar to stuff that he says to me. Which, well, Vicki, and he's like, you know, and so he said, that was before me. That was before you, before me. You know, go block and delete her now. Block her. She's a traitor. Get rid of her. So I just go back and I block her and I delete her and I get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming down. I just need about another 10 minutes.
Okay.
So holiday time. I'm saying, when are we going to meet the holiday? Don't say anything. He did in October. He said something, well, you know, it's the most romantic time of the year. We'll get together, you know. Then
I don't find Christmas to be
3
extremely
days ago,
romantic.
now listen, he's big with gifts. That's
but
what he does.
right.
He lavishes women with gifts.
Yeah, the gift.
I got this Jaguar. I got $945 red bottoms.
Yeah,
2 days ago.
Stop.
Those ain't going back.
All right, hold on a minute, ma'am. Let me tell you something. If you can't pronounce the name of the shoes that have the red bottoms, you ain't got no business having red bottoms. I believe you're talking about Louis Vuitton. Ma'am. And please, for the love of Pete, you've been jacking with your phone. You've been jacking with your hair. I don't know what the hell you're doing right now, but get your damn hands out of your mouth. That's how you get sick.
But he lavishes women with gifts. That's what he does. So let me continue on. So
get your hand out of your mouth. It's gross.
I keep losing my thought. Lord help me.
How do you lose your thought? You got a whole ass script.
I'm asking
can't
about
read
Christmas.
all of a sudden.
I said, my boys are going to be with their dad. I'll be by myself. I'm just going to come on up to where you are. And just me. I'll be there with you. No answer.
Oh.
No answer. Nothing.
Ghosted you,
nothing.
ghosted you. Gotcha.
So 2 days ago, I just said, you know what? I'm not coming to One Night with the King. And I told him, I said, if I'm not seeing you before your meetings, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not coming to One Night with the King either. Fuck that
So-
noise. I don't blame you, girl. Get your hands out your
I said,
mouth.
okay, we'll cancel your plane ticket. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me so clear. It
Did
was
he?
like,
What he said?
bam, go unblock this woman. And you ask her when was the last time she spoke with him. So I did.
Oh, you so
She said, "Just
sneaky.
today."
Look at you, sly like fox.
She said, yeah. She sent me screenshots. And we talked. She showed me where
sent-
incoming call.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
asking
Like she
her
sent you the screenshots.
Text. He showed pictures of his book that he's got coming out next week or so. And he was asking her what,
I don't know.
you know, hey baby, I need your help. He said, hi, hey wifey. Well, I got that same text, same picture of the books, but he called me baby. Because I never put up with the wifey. I ain't your wife.
Oh, now you
I
strong?
screenshot
Okay.
it to him.
All right.
Saying like, I thought you were over. You know, I thought that was before me. And within 5 minutes, y'all got to hear this.
Okay.
Or less.
Yeah. We're dying to hear it.
My social media, my Facebook, everybody, they sent out a text, a mass thing. Vicki Yohe is a traitor. Block and delete her. That's what they did. Vicki Yohe is a traitor. Block and delete her. Now,
he did that.
I'm not
They
a traitor.
did that. Oh,
I love face to face. I mean, I will not. I saw Jesus. I read that book. So if any of you, I see some of you face to face people on here, some of you part of that movement. Listen, I will never deny that.
okay.
No, but I was a woman that was lied to.
Oh.
Okay. So that goes out to everybody. Then
What happened?
Somebody that left the movement 3 months ago calls me on Facebook and says, Vicki, what's going on? You know, they want me to block you. I said, listen. I said, I've been dating an apostle, you know, since last August. No, you have. He said, no, I know who's been his girl. I know his girlfriend. She's been dating him for 7 years.
Oh,
so there's 2.
my.
I said, oh my God. What? You gotta be kidding me.
Are you going to make actual tears this
So
time?
what's her name? I inboxed her. That poor girl. Oh my God. I feel more for these women. I mean, I'm strong. I know God's going to help me get through this. I know. But these women, y'all, those 2 women are so broken. And I had to prove to her, you know, that I was who I was, and that, you know, we're all in this together. She said he was just here, this girl, 4 days ago, and spent a couple of days with me. I'm like, oh my God, how do you juggle all this? When I had that issue, when I got back from Israel with this first one, his assistant, the
Michelle.
wicked woman, his assistant, called me and reassured me that he loves me, and, you know, that woman was from the past, and, you know, he just loves you so much. Well, Lady A said that same day she called me and told me the same thing. So his assistant's in on it. It's a big
Oh,
mess.
Michelle, you messy as hell.
And one of the common things that the girls were saying, we know of 2 more, maybe 4 more. I don't know. I know of 2 more.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that me sharing this, though, if you're out there and he is, you know.
Yes,
telling
Corky.
you a bunch of junk, and, you know, you want to believe it because it's like almost, you know, I've been to his house. He showed me his other house, you know, and his cars.
All I can think is that,
and all of them has the same
Susie and
story.
the
He
Banshee
shows them all
song.
the stuff, and you liked it. That's yours. You know, it's not yours. He's a pathological liar, but he built. Now these women aren't rich women. They're not women that he's, you know, it's not that. I don't know what it is. He finds one of them he found on Facebook, and I feel so bad because she actually came to the ministry because of me being on Facebook. So so let me continue on because I'm getting sidetracked.
Yeah, sidetracked, ma'am. You're in the weeds.
So now that I've come out like this, like now that I've, you know, I confronted him, he's come out with a statement through his ministry that, you know, he tried to help Vicki, but she's on drugs.
Oh,
you know, she's on drugs, and she's, you know, listen, when I went through that social media issue, my doctor put me on a low dosage of Adderall, like 10, you know, and so it wasn't like I was, I'm not on drugs. You know, what bothered me is that
Back the milk truck up. Now listen here. I am not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, and I'm not authorized to diagnose anybody, okay? But I'm very confused about what social media problem would necessitate a very, very low dose of Adderall to fix it. Because as far as I know, Adderall is for ADD and ADHD. It has nothing to do with no social damn media. So I'm very confused here. So you on the Addies. All right.
He's saying, he's pulling it back at me. And I said, you know what? You cheated. He said, but a traitor. He's what he says. How warped his mind is. A traitor is worse than a cheater. And I said, but I thought you loved me. He said, you believe that lie. I got it all in my text. You believe that lie. I'm heartbroken.
You seem angry.
I did this video, and I got a few more things I want to say because I want you to know that don't be afraid. He told me I was going to get cancer.
Oh.
He told me if I came against his ministry, I want to get cancer. I want to die.
Still no tears. Huh. Okay.
He thinks because I did this, I'm a traitor. I love face to face. I saw Jesus.
You're still promoting his book. Okay.
But it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay.
Nonstop, Mom.
To treat women.
Do either one. Okay. I don't know what hypersomnolence is. I know what sleep apnea is. I know hyper means more. So I don't know what somnolence means, though, because I can't think of it right now. But is hypersomnolence code for social media problems? Or I'm sorry, social media issues? Lord Jesus, fix it. Okay.
Women like this. I have to address another thing. Because he's, all of his movement, they've shut me out. So they think I'm just a traitor. They don't know why.
Right.
He had to release this false stuff about me saying that I've been with married men and all that kind of stuff.
Wasn't he married?
Why is it, I'm the one that got cheated on. These women got cheated. Now he's going to fabricate makeup stuff. I dated a guy one time. Look, another crazy one. We didn't date very long, but
yes.
He
Adderall for everyone. No, just kidding.
Came to my recording in Nashville.
I don't mean that. Don't clip it. It was a joke.
3 days ago.
So I think David doesn't like people in general.
Well, he's married now. I'm no longer dating him. He literally is saying that I've been with a married man. Not true.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Today I'm going to be so vulnerable. I'm going to be so open and honest. If that was true, I would say yes, it was, but it was not true.
She is looking a little like
Pebbles. He took advantage of my state of my situation, and he used my popularity to sell books and to bring notoriety to his ministry. I am so convinced that is what they do. That is what they do.
I believe.
That is what they do. And I see it so clearly now because him and his assistants, they're in on that. They prey on people that either have influence or money.
Oh yeah, Michelle is
so I had influence.
Up to her eyeballs.
So he wasn't, when he started dating me, he wasn't thinking, I have found the woman of my dreams. He wasn't thinking that. He was thinking,
he found an all day long sucker.
She's been out there. She's let me just lavish her with expensive gifts and pretend that I love her.
Does she still have the jazz sky flash?
Advance my movement and guess what? It did advance. I don't care what he says. It did advance his movement, and it put his movement out there. A lot of you know about it because of me sharing it.
Well, Bless your heart.
And I'm about to share with you something that's very, very, very difficult. He's very manipulative and controlling. And I'm about to share with you a couple things that I'm putting out there because he wants to use some things against me. And
Okay.
I'm the type of person, listen, I'm not
Get
perfect.
out ahead of it, ma'am.
I'm not perfect at all.
Just unburden yourself. Let's hear
I
it.
was vulnerable and I was wanting to please him so much. He has pictures of me that are not appropriate. He has pictures of me that are not appropriate that he asked for. About a year ago.
Here
It was
we
about a year
go.
ago. He asked for these. And from time to time, he would ask for pictures of me in inappropriate ways.
You mean intimate pictures? Well, I don't know what inappropriate pictures
He
mean.
has them. You're going to know that he has them. If he brings them out, he has them. He's the one that, how is he going to get them? He has them.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was wrong, but I thought this was the man that I was going to marry, spend the rest of my life with. You know, I feel so horrible.
We are grateful for your thousands of hours of research. Sky Flash, this is the best.
I wanted to please him. You know, he was so good to me. He was so that I, you know, and if you just look at it, you know, wow, he blessed us with driving a Jaguar.
What happened to the crying?
I got some red bottom high heel shoes for Christmas. You know, he
You mean
got in the
Christian
mail the other
Louis
day,
Vuitton?
$945 shoes. I looked that up on the internet.
Oh, did you? You know how to work? You know how to work Google?
You know, and he's charming. He's got 3 personalities, you know. I feel like
3?
He's got this.
How many you got, sis? I've seen like 6 already.
He's a normal. He's got, man.
Just kidding. 6 is a little high. That's an exaggeration. She's at least got 4.
It's just, but he was charming and he reeled me in.
He did. He
And,
oozes charm. Yeah, that I
have had
just
sexual
see
relationships.
Oh dear.
I wasn't with him a lot. I wasn't
Okay.
with him because we don't live. I probably saw him 5 times this year. I hadn't seen him for 3 months, about 2 months now. But we have been, yes.
You banged
I'm
5 times.
So
Cool.
glad I got that off my chest.
Oh, you feel better. I'm
And
burning
there are women
yourself,
out there
sis.
do
Come on.
not try. So I was talking to one of the women there. She was trying to say she's been with them a long time, but they've never. I said, don't lie about it.
Yeah,
You
don't
need to
lie.
be set free.
Yeah.
And I told my sister today.
He is.
that I
Man, his
told
boobs are
somebody
bigger than
family.
mine.
I promise. It felt like.
Which isn't really saying a
felt
lot,
like
but still.
It felt like just a load.
A load.
My heart
Yeah,
had been so
a load.
heavy.
This does feel like
My
a load.
spirit had been so
A load of
weak.
shit.
And I'm so thankful for my friends. You know, you can judge me and say,
This
well,
is
you
what
we
I'm
thought you
looking
just this
forward
crazy
to in
worshiper and
2023. Sarah
you don't
Boone's
mess up. Listen,
trial.
I'm as human as you are.
Yeah,
I was looking for love.
in all the
And I thought I
wrong
found it.
places, looking for
I thought I
love in
found it.
too many
I thought I found it.
places, searching their eyes,
I
looking
thought
for
he was the one for
traces.
me.
What I'm dreaming
They said don't cry
of.
too much because they'll think you're unstable. I'm not. I'm a very stable person, but
Nothing
let me just
sounds.
tell you something.
Let me
have
just
been
tell you
broken, and
something. Hold
there are
on.
women.
Hold
There
on.
are more. I know
Let me
there are.
just tell you something. Nothing screams instability like a woman, like a person, because it's meant to, telling everybody how stable they are. Also, the fact that you are making the crying noises, but no tears are coming out, doesn't scream stability either. Yeah. Okay.
More of you out there. There's got to be. You know, there's got to be more of you women out there, because it's a racket. I'm telling you something. And this woman, his assistant,
Oh, I can't wait.
she's the one that sends all the gifts. She knows. She makes sure, like, if I'm at one of his meetings, if I leave the room, she brings the other one in the room. Y'all, it's evil. It's
We get
wicked,
it.
and
Michelle's dirty and
it's
messy.
horrible.
Got it.
And so I'm just gonna leave it there. Keep me
You
in your
think so,
prayers.
Anita?
Just don't shut me out. I don't want you to shut me out. I know somebody said, well, you know, I thought no, I'm just as human as anybody else.
What are you talking about?
And,
Of course, you're as human as anybody else. Why do people state the obvious like this when they're
I'm sorry,
unburdening
somebody's saying something on here. I'm
themselves?
sorry, I'm not even.
Yeah. this
Who's
load.
Pastor Cynthia? Listen, I'm so caught up in what I'm saying. Did somebody say about Pastor Cynthia? You know, I'm usually blocking and deleting. No, I don't think somebody's on here.
Oh, thank you for
call Pastor
bringing it
Cynthia.
to
Yes,
us.
I need to, Holly. So I just want to let y'all know that I love all of you.
Okay.
And some people say, Vicki, you sure you want to go live? You sure you want to go tell all that stuff?
Well, it's
about
too late
yourself?
now.
You know that
You done did it.
pictures and he's got pictures of you in inappropriate ways, and you sure you want to do that? I
Okay,
said, listen,
wait a minute.
if me
Stop.
being
First of all, stop saying inappropriate. I need to know what you mean by inappropriate. If you're talking about you sent him nudes, it's just you and naked as the day God made you. I don't know how inappropriate that is. I think you mean to say intimate. Because when you say inappropriate, I'm thinking of something completely different, ma'am. Like some Craigslist back page level bullshit.
And let people know this will help other women come out from underneath that. Come out from underneath that and say, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, I'll look for it. Absolutely.
I'm another woman. I'm another one. Yes. Yes, he's doing the same thing to me. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. They're saying the video's skipping, but it's recording and you guys will get okay. I love you guys. Keep me in your prayers. I know me doing this is going to start some things, and I don't know. I had to get it out there, and so this video is recording now, so it will definitely come to you. Okay. God bless you guys. I love you. Keep me in your prayers. I was not going into 2019 with this heaviness in my heart.
Okay, well, way to unburden yourself, ma'am.
Peace.
Okay, cool.
All right, you guys. So leave a comment and let me know what you think.
I think
Do you
she's
think
full of
Apostle
shit.
David Taylor was using Vicki Yohe? Or
Yes, and I think he's full of shit. I think they're both. I can't take. Look. I can't take you serious, Apostle. I'm sorry. You got to go. You have got to go. Bless it, y'all. Well, yes, it's inappropriate because he's married, but the way that she is describing it is that the pictures are inappropriate, not as in like not that it was inappropriate of her to do it because he's married. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so jaded due to true crime and people like Jodi Arias trying to bullshit me and Casey Anthony trying to lie to me, and as if it's a person, they're doing it to me, just me alone personally, not the whole white ass world, just to me they're lying to. Well, I don't think it's, yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't like, look, I'm not fixing to judge whatever it is that she did with this man, but I'm going to judge the shit out of that live that she just, that she had uploaded, because it is what it is. But, whew. Oh my. Well, I am definitely going to, I'm going to find that video and we're going to continue with, Vicki. Oh no, I am judging, but like not on a religious level. Like whatever she did and is between her and her God, right? Like I'm not going to judge her like that, but I'm going to make fun of her. Yeah, I am. And I'm going to judge the fact that she made crying noises and no tears came out. And I was thinking to myself, could it be Botox? Because a lot of the Real Housewives have this same issue. They be making the cry noises, but the no tears come out because they're all Botoxed up. But I did notice crow's feet and forehead wrinkles, which is not indicative of recent Botoxing. So I don't think it's a Botox issue. I think it's a bullshit issue that she's just, I don't think she's sad. I think she's pissed. Well, Skyflash, if you know where these videos are, I'll look them all up. Don't you worry. And we were going to go through all of these then. Now we have found us some material. I love it when good stuff like this. Just thank you so much, Skyflash. I love it. We're going to, okay, yes, I'm making notes and we're going to go through all of this tomorrow. All right? But for now, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to thank Nonstop Mom for keeping me in KFC and 5-hour energy. I appreciate that very much. Tomorrow, I'm going to restart. I'm going to restart the KFC and 5-hour energy fund back to zero. Because I want to be like everybody else, and have my thingy scrolling. No, just kidding. I don't really care. I mean, I care. I'm grateful that you gave it to me. I am always grateful for you guys' tips and super chats and donations, and I am always appreciative of it. But I don't know. This feels like this is extra even for me. And we all know how extra I am. KOC for social media. Yes. Maybe I'll keep this up because it is kind of funny. Anyway. Yes. Sky Flashed is subscriber of the week. Don't tell Kez Chick because she likes to be the good noodle. But anyway, good night, you guys. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. And we're going to deep dive Miss Vicki here and her Shih Tzu Lhasa Apso hairdo. Hey, Sky Flash, before we go, does she wear them Louboutin over to the church at her no, because she just had now got them. Never mind. All right. Hannah Flexus, I need those too. That's another thing. Yeah. I need New Year's upgrades. I'm part of the itty bitty titty committee. She couldn't have because she just got them. Oh, well, this was, a few days ago prior to doing this live where she just unburdened herself. All right. Good night, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Miss Vicki. All the things. Oh, and I'm gonna be looking up Aks Michelle since she doesn't want to divulge any information in the deposition, but apparently we'll do an entire interview about this stuff. So cool. I'll find it. All right, you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Bye.